Excelsior, everybody, and welcome back to Marvel Multiverse, the Day of Doom. I'm Derek Sword. I use he, him pronouns. I am the sword half of Sword and Key, and I'm very pleased to be joined by full cast for the first time. Welcome to a very, very special welcome to Taylor. And welcome back to everyone else as well. If you are joining us, again, welcome back. If you're joining us for the first time, hi, it's great to have you. We are playing the official Marvel Multiverse game. We have a great array of, I'm going to say street level heroes. That might not be the most accurate description, but I think it fits. I think it works, and I'm very excited for them to reveal their team name. I'm not going to spoil it, but a team name has been decided on, as well as a team maneuver that very well may come up in this session. So this is session 2 of 4, as we continue with our Marvel Multiverse game. As these heroes try to save the island of Manhattan from seemingly a Latverian takeover, a Doom annexation. So I'm going to have these lovely people go around and say a little bit about themselves and who they're playing. Before that, I do want to say that this game in particular is in support of Palestine Children's Relief Fund. So any donations that you are willing and able, both those things being important enough together, to donate is very much appreciated and can impact this game. If you look at the link that is on our socials or in chat there, you can see that it's a Tiltify link. Anything you donate, if you hit certain goals, you can provide edge, which is a type of advantage in this game. You can give fantastic successes. You can give fantastic failures. All of these things have certain monetary levels to them. And again, anything that is donated is very much appreciated. It goes towards a great cause and can impact this game. Last thing I'll say is that if you want to check out all of Sword and Key's other stuff, including our socials, join our Discord, hang out with cool folks over there. Check out beacons.ai/Sword and Key. You can find all our affiliate links there. And again, we are going to be having some casting calls out probably next month as we ramp up towards October. So that is the first place to check them out. And it's a great community of awesome people like the ones you see here. So all that said, let's go ahead and go around and have these lovely people say a little bit about themselves. As I thought for sure I had Twitter or Twitch up, but apparently I don't. So bear with me for just a moment, because I can't remember what the order is. Okay, Jen, we will start with you.
Hello, friends. I am Jen. My pronouns are they, she. I'm known on the internet as various Genverbs. Do lick the thermal paste. And also, I will be playing your not so friendly, very local Jessica Jones.
Fantastic. Wonderful qualifiers in a world where there are so many neighborhood friendly individuals. Absolutely. Next up, Nick.
Jessica Jones, she's sassy. Um, I am Nick LaRue. I am playing, my pronouns are he, they, and I am playing Matt Murdock, aka the Devil of Hell's Kitchen Daredevil. And that's really about it. I'm the blind lawyer from Hell's Kitchen. Let's go.
Absolutely. All right. Next up, joining us for the first time, Taylor.
Hi, I'm Taylor. Hey, it's Mikey Taylor on all social media. Today I'll be playing Spider Bite, part of the Spider Multiverse, and I'm she, her pronouns.
Amazing. Next up, we have Erin.
Hi, I'm Erin. I have she, her pronouns, and I will be playing the swashbuckling Nightcrawler.
Fantastic. Last but absolutely not least, Mike.
Excelsior. I'm Mike. I can be found all over the internet as Canadian Captain America. And I just completely lost my own train of thought. But you can catch me here, and I will be playing everyone's favorite Star Spangled Man with a Plan, Steve Rogers, aka Captain America.
Absolutely incredible. This hat does not mean that I am biased. It just means I really like Captain America. It doesn't mean Cap's going to get more things than everybody else. It's just I have a lot of Captain America paraphernalia, and this just happens to be what I wore today. Doesn't mean anything. Okay. So I believe that I did have some lovely players volunteer to do recap today. Nick, I believe that you won out on that one. So the floor is yours, sir. Recap. I've had people recap in character. I've had people just recap, with your as a player, seeing and knowing all things that are provided to you. So, however you would like to do this, sir, the floor is yours.
It's a hefty task. Okay, I'll see what I can do here. Uh, Previously on Marvel Multiverses, The Day of Doom. I can't keep that up the whole time. We the team got together under the auspices of an attack, an invasion by Latverian robots and supervillains, and the raft has been emptied out, and there are criminals just roaming the streets, and things are going haywire, and it's just chaos in Manhattan, and there's a giant dome that encircles the city that no one can get through except our intrepid hero Nightcrawler, who has tried to teleport successfully through. However, we are not able to get in contact with the rest of the Avengers, the Fantastic Four, the X-Men, any of the other super teams who are on the outside of the dome. Trying to fight off other stuff. They've been trapped outside. We can get some staticky, crackly communications in from folks like Tony Stark, Iron Man, who's like, "Hey, idiots, meet us over at the Avengers Tower." So we very sneakily, as a group, got together and we went through the sewers, and then we fought AIM agents, and then we got into the tower, and then we stole a van, and then we did a whole bunch of other stuff that was
Hold on,
really
there was
cool.
a subway system.
There was a subway system. Was it yeah, well, you're right. You're right. I thought it was the sewers. You're right, because we got
it's not sewage.
Because we got a really cool like a subway car thingy, a little cart, which was better than the Fantastic Car. And so from there, we decided to take the fight instead of taking the fight initially to the Juggernaut. Once we found out there were 4 different generals or sets of generals we needed to fight in and around Central Park, where their things were happening that was keeping the dome up there from those places. And this is where my brain goes haywire. We decided, okay, Juggernaut, probably a little tough because we don't have the wonderful spider bite with us yet. However, we decided to jump in a van. Cap decided to not jump in the van. He decided to jump on top of the van. And then we took that van and decided to crash it into one of the wrecking crew, namely Pile Driver. And that was fun. Then we had to battle the rest of the wrecking crew, which case we took down Demolisher, Pile Driver. Jessica did something cool where she talked down Bulldozer. I believe it was Bulldozer. And just be like, you need to go now. Yeah, this is not worth it for you. You should just go. But we are still dealing with 2 of the leaders, or the 2 last people standing who are vying for leader of the wrecking crew. One of them has had a little device that our wonderful blue fuzzy elf Nightcrawler decided to liberate from them, and is now kind of just secreted away on top of a little sign in Times Square, while we are just finishing this battle. Yeah, I think that kind of brings us somewhat current in a roundabout way. Back to you, Derek.
Fantastic, excellently done. Please enjoy that free use of Edge wherever you would like to use it. Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and jump back into it. We actually have an initiative rule including all characters. So, to set the scene as to what you all have found yourselves in the middle of. So, yes, Times Square is in absolute ruins, as you all have crashed literally into the party of the Wrecking Crew, a team of 5. Is that right? Yeah, 5. Sometimes 4. Demolisher is one of those little add-ons that I couldn't help but put in, who are just making a mess of the greater area of Times Square. So they have smashed screens. They're smashing cars into buildings. You crashed into Pile Driver as he was literally throwing cars for a bulldozer to bat like they were playing softball. You also, while you have taken those 2 out, have noticed that the Wrecker and Thunderball were near at each other's throats over some sort of Latvian technology, which seemed to give them control over a small company of Doombots that Nightcrawler accidentally activated on parade mode. So while the Doombots are still parading through the streets of Times Square, and seemingly unable to do anything else, Nightcrawler has left the controller a few stories up on the top of the building, while has also accidentally teleported almost face to face with the Wrecker. So we now find you all kind of, scattered about Times Square. You have Thunderball and the Wrecker who have decided to put their beef aside until they can deal with all of you. But it is at this point that I'm gonna hand things over to Taylor real quick. Um, Taylor, there's a crackle in the multiverse, and the Spider Verse, perhaps a thrum on that great web of the Spider Verse, that signal that something isn't right, the signal of danger. How a typical spider will be able to feel those vibrations. Maybe that vibration is reached out to you. A New York that currently doesn't have a spider person of any kind is in need of one, and whereas it cannot reach out at this point to any of the various spider men, women, or non-binaries who happen to be, on this current plane of existence, you happen to be the one that's reached out to. What does that look like as you are? I can't think of a verb that doesn't sound weird. So, what does it look like when you are zapped? Let's use that one. I was going to say
Zapped.
slurped, but that has no.
Slurp.
Yeah, when you are slurped into our existence, what does that look like?
Yeah. So Times Square has a bunch of screens, obviously.
Definitely.
So one of the screens would start like malfunctioning as a purple zap will zap out of there, and then you just see in the sky. You just hear like energy in the sky flying, and as it started to digitalize form into a spider bite. Looking around at the chaos as she's just like free flying right now, like trying to like connect her minds, like what's going on, where do I need to go, before she like lets out like a digitalized web to swing to see other heroes, to see where she needs the most help at.
For sure. So, I'll actually give you just a free roll on this as you are zapped into this existence, and like your spider sense is just going haywire at this point. Go ahead and give me a vigilance roll
Okay.
as you just kind of go to look out and see if you can figure out this universe's version of all the characters that you might be familiar with.
Yes.
I have
What's
a
up, Cap?
question.
Yeah.
Team?
If I remember correctly, does Spider Sense allows edge on the vigilance roll?
I believe it does. Yeah. So if you have an E next to your vigilance, you may absolutely roll with edge.
Don't have an E next to it on my own, but I have a 15.
A 15? Okay, yeah, 15 is great. Okay, so looking around then, just kind of like scanning the wreckage of Times Square. This world is a lot less digital than the one you might be familiar with, but I would say, the pixelation is great. The graphics are very realistic. As you look around, you can see maybe characters that might be familiar to your universe. Some of the really big ones, like there's Captain America, Star Spangled, ready to go. That's probably Daredevil, but you're maybe used to like a neon yellow version of Daredevil, I'd have to imagine. There's some lady in a leather jacket. Like, I have to imagine, like, the video game version of Jessica Jones is definitely like the white and blue with the big crystal on her hip, the pink hair. And then, yeah, that's one of those X people. That's, yep, that's that one. But you definitely, it is, the villains are clear. You see, they're still like, they have like the orange jumpsuits with the ripped off sleeves. The Wrecker's put on a stocking cap mask that he always has. Thunderball again has his mask on as well. The ripped off sleeves of the orange jumpsuit. So very clearly convicts. This is the storytelling is pretty ham-fisted here. But you can kind of tell who the good guys and bad guys are. So if we're
Don't
talking,
forget the steel burning van, just in the middle of it all.
the steel burning van that is nearly wrapped around one of the two of the unconscious supervillains are also off to the side. and then you see young supervillain girl, which is kind of just sitting on the edge of a wrecked car, just kicking her feet and popping bubblegum, but seems otherwise non-combatant. So you do see, if we're talking, north to south of Times Square, you have the X-Men. You have Nightcrawler, who is towards the north, along with the two villains, who kind of spaced out a little bit, just about 10 feet apart from each other. And then you have the other three heroes, which are just a few paces south, that are kind of grouped together and look to be, now noticing the threat that is north of them. So with all that, what would you like to do, since you are atop of the order?
Yeah, I think like Spider-Man would try to join Nightcrawler since they're
Okay.
basically alone right now. The other three's together. Let me get back up. Um, so like Spider-Man would just basically will like come up behind Nightcrawler, like drops the web, slams down beside them, and be like, "So what's the plan here?" Like she has a helmet on, so like normal Spider-Mans have the mask, but she has a digitalized helmet, so you can see your mouth kill it.
I think the plan is keep them away from the remote I hid up on the Coca-Cola sign.
Oh, playing like keep away. Okay.
Exactly.
uh, like how can I assist you right now, or should I just move the remote to somewhere else?
I think right now we are fighting the bad guys.
Oh, okay.
You do have Wrecker, who has, I think, just hit Nightcrawler as of our last session. So you do have like a supervillain standing there, like just looking back and forth at the two of you as you're having this brief discussion.
Yeah.
So yeah, fully within range. Should you want to engage with Dirk Garthwaite? I always forget that's his real name.
Yeah. Let's hit that Dirk.
I could see you during that conversation just literally doing like the one finger up to him, just like 1 minute.
But it's like 1 minute. I just got here trying to see what the whole situation's going on right now. I have an ability that's basically called a Venom Blast.
Mm-hmm.
Here. So I want to hit it with one of those.
Okay.
All right.
So you're gonna roll your 3 dice, your 3d6s. And then if you get a 6-1-6, your Marvel die is always going to be your middle one. That is a fantastic success. If you roll a 1-1-1, it's a fantastic failure. And then you're always looking to hit them. You're looking to get past their defense score.
Okay, cool. There's a 12.
12 will not break through the defense score for the Wrecker. Wrecker has a 16 defense score. Pretty hefty as far as things go.
Pretty hefty.
Anything else you're looking to do for your turn?
I was like, I think after she like realized she fell, she said, "Oh, these are tough fellas. I'm gonna take this into the sky." And she was like, "Do you need a lift up?" And look at,
Please.
yeah, like she's like, I was like, "Hang on," like just jump on my back, and then she was like, "Do a digitalized web up to like go up in the air so they can have a higher up advantage." Like hit the web, like I think on the screen that she came out of from Times Square.
Okay, yeah. Let's see. I want to double check reactions here. Right. So let's see. Because everybody does get reactions. So reactions can be escape, fastball, special, help teammate, interpose, ram, release, skulk. So, okay. So interpose is to block the attack of somebody else. Okay. I'm actually not seeing anything that Wrecker can necessarily do with his abilities. So, yeah, you may absolutely use this this opportunity to flip your way with Nightcrawler out of the way. So yeah, you both zip up to the sign that you came out of. Anything else for your turn?
I think that's good for now.
Cool. All right, next up we got Cap.
I suddenly did not even realize something.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Using a shield
Good.
as defense takes a significant amount of focus. I didn't realize that. It's not sturdy.
Okay.
As a game runner, that's going to be a problem. But that's for me later. Anyway, so Wrecker has just thrown, if I remember correctly, he threw his crowbar at Nightcrawler.
He did. So well, he had thrown his crowbar, and it returns to him the same way Mjolnir does
Right.
because it is
Right.
but no, Nightcrawler had then teleported directly in front of him, so he took a melee attack. Was his most recent.
Oh, right. Huh.
And I should note,
right.
Daredevil, you are on deck, so you are after Cap.
You've got two villains in front of me, so what I'm going to do is hurl my shield ricochet style, or Rico shield. I make a ranged attack on my target. If it succeeds on a fantastic success, I can make another attack against the other target.
Okay.
So that's, I guess, agility attack roll. I got a 14. I don't think that's
A
enough.
14 will actually, since that's agility, that will hit both.
Oh, that's the one, but it's not, unfortunately. I don't have any edge anywhere, I don't think.
There is a floating edge if you did want to use that.
If I want to use that
Can
for
I give
that.
him the edge that I got from the recap?
Sure. Why not?
It's a
Cap.
recap.
That's what I'm thinking.
All right. Wait. That one.
Shout at Cap. Do it better.
Haha. Apparently gave me nothing. Rerolled it as a 2. All right. So, I guess I'm hurling the shield. It bounces off of Wrecker, and I guess try again.
Okay.
Essentially, and I basically clonk him twice for the 1 damage, whatever. And I got a 14 on it with a 2 on the Marvel dice, which does 16 damage.
Okay. So I is that with damage reduction
That
included?
is not.
Okay. So Wrecker has -2, Thunderball has -1. So
So if I'm doing going against Wrecker is a -2. I have a 5, so 3 and 3 is 6, plus 6 is 12 total.
okay. Yeah, Wrecker is looking pretty rough. I wasn't necessarily doing hit points the correct way, but I'm not gonna make you all pay for that last time. But he is still looking pretty rough as far as things go. And then yeah, Thunderball. Okay. All right. Anything else for your turn, Cap?
No, that's it. Yeah, I can wait for my reactions for my teammates.
Daredevil, it is your turn.
Well, if you thought that my recaps were shaky, this is not going to surprise you at all. I don't remember where my character was from the previous game. I think. Do you
yeah,
remember
so-
specifically, like
Yeah, we
positioning
ended up
wise?
with it was kind of Jessica, Matt, and Cap all had surrounded Bulldozer, and Daredevil
Gotcha.
was kind of do like the leg sweeps. So you're pretty close to Cap. I mean, you're maybe 20 feet, 20 maybe 30 feet from the villains, but that is certainly something you would be able to maneuver
Close.
over to.
Groovy. What I would like to do is I would like to get kind of in front of both Thunderball and Wrecker, and I would like to use my flying double kick,
Okay.
which makes a close attack to 2 enemies in reach.
Okay. Yeah, I think you'd be able to manage that.
All right. Here we go. Roll it. Rolling. I probably should have held on to that edge. I'm actually gonna. I am going to use a. I'm going to use some another. I don't think I think I used this the last battle, so I don't know if I can. I'm going to use a karma point to re-roll a die.
Yeah, you can do that as long as you have karma points. Absolutely.
Yep. Okay. Is it just one die or not all? Right.
I believe a karma point allows you to re-roll. I believe it gives you edge. Could be wrong about that.
Sure.
So. Let's see.
Yes, you can gain an edge.
Okay, thank
Okay.
you, Erin.
And okay. And it did. I literally rolled the same thing.
Okay.
So it is a 1 Marvel 3. So.
Nice.
Okay,
7, 8, 9,
so-
10.
Yes, 10 in total. Okay.
Yep.
But a Marvel
Plus-
success.
Plus Marvel success, yeah. But and it's a melee attack, so plus 4, so 14.
Okay. 14 as a melee attack. That's going to hit Thunderbolt. It's not going to hit Wrecker.
Okay.
And Wrecker does have a -1 damage reduction. So, with that, how much does Thunderbolt take?
Thunderball is going to take. Oh, that was a Marvel times 3. So 6, that's good. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
22. Very nice. Okay.
Don't forget that Marvel success doubles damage.
Oh. So 44?
44.
Yeah, caught him under the chin.
Oh yeah, that was real rough. Like the kick kind of maybe gets blocked by the crowbar on Wrecker, but Thunderball doesn't have a weapon that can block well. He's got a ball and chain, and that thing does not block a kick right to the face. So yeah, he's looking a little rough. Not as rough as Wrecker, but definitely rougher than he was a minute ago. All right, after Daredevil, we have Nightcrawler. So Kurt, you have spider flipped your way up to a nearby sign where you find yourself with a fellow sticky individual. What would you like to do?
All right. Question. What are their rank? Out of
That's-
curiosity.
Yeah, good question. So they are both ranked 3.
Oh darn. Okay. Well, I am going to. I think I will use my teleport as a move to get back behind. Let's say back behind Thunderball.
Mm-hmm.
And then I am going to use my grappling technique. So yeah, I make an attack. And I unfortunately melee is not my best, but I do get an edge because of my tail.
Okay.
That's a 13? No, 15.
Okay, so let's see here. For melee grapple, let's see, we have a +8 to. Where's my die roll? There it is. Okay, so that's only a 14. Roll only a 6. So what would you like to do?
I don't think I'm using an ability, so I just attack him, and if I
Okay,
get a
yeah.
success, I do damage.
I'm so
plus
sorry.
grabbing him.
So I'm sorry. What was the number?
The number was 15.
15. Okay. That does not beat his melee defense score. That would beat his agility, depending on.
Unfortunately, I am. It is a close attack.
Okay. All right. So yes, he has a defense score of 16 for close attacks.
All right. Okay. Well, that's about my turn.
Okay. With that, we are to Thunderball. So Thunderball has taken a decent bit of damage from Daredevil, and also now has Nightcrawler down to ground level again. So let's see. Let's see necessarily what he wants to do here. I think he is going to want to clobber Daredevil. Let's see here. I want to make sure I'm doing the right thing. There we go. Almost the right page. Clobber. There we go. Okay, so, well, I guess clobber is what he would typically do. Okay, that's fine. Let's see. Okay, so instead he's going to use crushing grip. So this is actually going to be against Daredevil's resilience defense.
Mm-hmm.
So that is an 11 plus 5. That's a 16.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna break through my resilience. Yeah, my resilience is 12, but I would like to use a reaction.
Okay.
I am going to use Counter-Strike technique. We've seen this before in the last episode, folks, where we deal half of our attacker's damage back to the attacker.
All right. So, let's see. So what I'll narrate for this is that Thunderball takes the ball and chain and almost like bull whips it around Daredevil, but Matt, you're able just kind of like maybe to rework the inertia, that kinetic energy of that wrecking ball, and actually spin it backwards, almost like a bocce ball, and actually have that momentum carry backwards towards Thunderball. So let's see what damage is. Your damage reduction is minus 0. Yeah. So you're gonna take. Let's see. It was. So it's gonna be 3 times 4, so 12. So 16 points of damage. And 16. Then Thunderball will take 8.
All right. It's looking grim.
Ben's not here.
Ah.
If I gave karma points to myself, I would. Okay, next up we have Jessica Jones.
Awesome. Out of the two people who are left, who is looking more rough?
I would say Wrecker is probably looking a little rougher than Thunderball. Thunderball just took a really hard hit, but overall, Wrecker's got like bloody nose, like the purple eye behind the purple cowl. Yeah, he's looking real rough.
Fantastic. In that case, I'm just gonna go hit him.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and attempt a clobber on him.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see how this goes. That I don't need my D20. I need my 3D6. Wow. Sorry, I had another game earlier today. That might hit. Oh shit, where's my character sheet? So sorry. There it is. Okay. That is a 17. A 15 to hit.
Just under what you need. If you would like to use a karma to reroll one of your die, you absolutely can. He has that 16 defense score that just makes him.
You know what? I will.
Okay.
I will use a karma to reroll the 2 on the Marvel die.
Okay.
Which turns it into a Marvel.
Okay.
So that turns it into a 19.
Fantastic. Okay.
Awesome.
So he has -2 damage reduction, but you get to double whatever damage you roll.
Okay, so the -2 brings the multiplier from 5 to 3. So 6 times 3 is 18. Doubled is 36.
36. Jessica, how do you take out Wrecker?
I'm just going to kind of walk up to this massive fucker, look between him and this new spider bite person that I probably have no idea who this is. Just kind of look between them and say, you know what? She does purple better. And then just sock him in the chin.
Fantastic. Okay, well, is there anything else you would like to do for your turn?
I think well, I'll move over to where wow, I said Thunderball is, just so I can assist if needed. And I'll just right there.
Great, yeah. Perfect. So you have one member of the wrecking crew left, and with that, we are back to top of the order since Wrecker was going to be last in our order. So Spider-Bite, you are up. You have Daredevil and Jessica Jones, who are both like in melee, close range with Wrecker. You have Nightcrawler, who's nearby, not necessarily, they're not within like the same 5 foot square. Cap, who's still maintains some distance, and you find yourself kind of like looking down on all this from one of the nearby signs.
Cool. I'm gonna try the Venom Blast again since it's better if it's ranged. So I'm gonna try that again. That aiming at you said it's
this is
with the Thunderbolt. Okay.
Yeah, and I will give you an edge on this since he's kind of distracted. He's looking at the two other combatants that he has and hasn't really clocked you up behind him.
17.
A 17 will hit, absolutely. He has -1 damage reduction, so just take that
you
out
could
of
crit fish because you have edge.
I rerolled already.
Okay,
cool.
I did it, yeah.
Do you want another one?
I was like, I could try.
I have reactions to spare. So what I'll do is like, Spider, shock him through the chain.
Okay. That would make it. Yeah. 616.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you love to see it.
Yeah.
So Taylor, this is a fantastic success. I think our second one in game. This is everything that you want works. It happens exactly how it's meant to happen. You could potentially end the fight here. What does this look like?
Oh, nice. Okay, so yeah, started like up at the top. She's playing music through her helmet, so it's like getting her spotlight. So like going at ham as she just closes one of her eyes, trying to focus easily, and then just does like the spider whip, and I let the digitalized venom blast go all down, and it's like a blast hit on top of them to explode. Hopefully nobody else gets hurt in that range, but just the aiming at Thunderbolt to blast him.
For sure. So he's swinging this, ball and chain over his head like a bolo, and it's like, it's like Ben Franklin with a kite in a thunderstorm. Like the venom blast channels through this Asgardian enchanted weapon that's kind of meant to catch lightning in the first place, and just absolutely you like cartoonishly see the skeleton of this supervillain as he is just electrocuted. Go ahead and roll damage for me real quick.
Okay.
We're actually going to ignore damage reduction real quick because I think that's really cool. So whatever your damage is, just flat out and double it.
The 6 was, what's your the damage multiplier?
Mm-hmm.
Damage multiplier
Times 6.
And that's for melee, right?
So this will be an agility because it's a ranged attack. Yeah, so it'll be 6, and then your agility has a times number and then a plus number. So it's 6 times whatever that number is plus whatever that number is.
I believe this is 12.
Okay. I know you sent me your sheet. So
I think I sent you the wrong one. Let me send you the right one.
no worries.
The one with all the high numbers on it.
There we go. So it's what 6 times 2 plus whatever the agility modifier is.
You're right, 3, right?
I'm at 3.
Yeah, so it should be at least 2 times 3.
I was like,
That
doing
one
math.
doesn't have your sheet on it, so let me see what the original one was.
I'm just waiting for the overlay to cycle over so I can see that.
Okay, so
I did that wrong. Yeah. I was like, wait, math.
there we go.
There.
Okay, so it's 6 times whatever plus 2. Okay.
There we go. Okay, yeah. So it's 6 times 6 plus 2. So yeah. So
6 times 6? Holy
Whoa.
shit.
six
Oh.
times 6 is what I have for your agility damage. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's what you first sent me. So until I see something else, that's perfectly fine. That's what we
A
can go
lot.
with.
It's a
That is
lot.
that is a lot.
That's a lot.
Let's see here, because I'm not also seeing Venom Blast as something. That's okay. For this, we're knocking out Thunderbolt anyway, so we'll figure it out after this. But yes, so you're essentially doing like well over 60 points of damage here. So yes, you absolutely take Thunderball out. The electricity just courses through, grounds itself in the debris, the asphalt of Times Square, which is thoroughly cracked and damaged, and you now find your group, your team, cobbled together from the multiverse and various different teams. You find yourself standing amongst a bunch of knocked out and one at least talked out of the fight supervillains. You've taken out the Wrecking Crew, and with all of this glass strewn about and cars overturned, and there's just kind of like this weird silence, which is added to just slightly by that hum of the energy shield around the city itself, casting down kind of this green light on everything. But yeah, you all are out of combat. What would you all like to do?
There's one down.
And we have a
five,
new
but-
friendly face. At least I hope you are a friendly face.
Yeah. Look, Spider-Man is still like on the roof. It's just like, hello.
I look at Jessica. Is she waving to a blind man?
Yes.
She yelled out.
They always
hello.
do that.
But to be fair, she's also waving to three-sided people, so you know.
Fair enough.
But she said hello, which I think is a verbal wave.
She'll
Seems to
look-
run on some kind of electricity.
Yeah, where did you come from?
She'll come down to everyone's level, finally coming off the building, and she just like she presses a button on the side of her helmet to like reveal herself, and she's just like, I'm Spider Bite from Earth 22191, and I'm here to help.
How? Not
Yeah.
the how. Well, a little bit.
Well,
how
I
we got
assume
here,
like punching bad guys and the zapping and all of that.
but...
Yeah,
right.
like,
How
she
did you
just-
know
just-
we needed help.
Spider senses. Like I could go through the long
Interdimensional
version.
spidey sense. Cool.
Yeah. Like there's a whole bunch of us. Like it's like a whole like thing in the world. Everybody else was on duty somewhere else, so I was the last person they called. So I'm here.
Look, there's giant domes and doom bots and and weird Asgardian things and this and that. I'm not questioning things anymore. I got nothing.
Also, we're not even certain that there was an actual quote-unquote general here. It was more of a power struggle between two of them. So
Oh.
Cap's seen a lot. This is par for the course for what Cap has seen. So walk up to Spider-Bite, pulls out a hand. Spider?
Cap, you look so different.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Yeah.
Here's the situation. We have one team down from a series of 4 champions. that apparently Doom has decided to choose in order to make some sort of play to take over Manhattan Island. Juggernaut is one of the other three, and our plan is to work our way through them if we can. There is no other help. We are essentially it, except for he sort of thumbs his hand at Demolisher, who's a young teen, later teen, I believe Latin female, who's basically has a wrecking ball and she's just sitting there chewing gum, whom we've convinced to not bother her
Wait a second.
previous court of action.
Who should go home and enjoy her bolognese.
Demolisher, do you want to fight Juggernaut?
No.
No.
Yeah, it was worth a try.
No, she's like jumps down from the car and she's like swings her wrecking ball over her shoulder. No, fuck that. No, that's the dumbest thing anybody's ever asked me to do. No.
Did we
And
perform
Emma,
well
Erin-
for you? Are you satisfied with your fight?
7 out of 10.
7. That was at least an 8.
I think my blast was pretty cool to make an 8.
7.5.
We had a last minute addition in the form of swinging out of an electronic billboard. Come on, that's got to count for something.
She just flips the bird and keeps walking.
Well, she
It's
can rate
behind
us
her
on
head.
Yelp
Yeah.
later. I had a thought regarding the generals. These wrecking crew, they have a magic crowbar of some sort. That's how they get their power. And Juggernaut is powered by magic as well. Do you think that all of them are magic?
Well, it's
Interesting.
Doom, so it stands to reason.
Do you think we could take the enchanted Uru crowbar and use it to pry off Juggernaut's helmet?
I think that is worth a try.
If not that, we'll pry that gem of Sidorak right out of his chest. Either way.
I was also thinking that maybe we could try to steal some things from Doctor Strange. Borrow some things, of course. But a shopping trip might not be the worst plan.
Do we still have that remote?
No one has retrieved it, but as far as
Okay.
you're aware, it's up by the Coke sign.
Yeah, I think
Should we go
Nightcrawler
and
will
grab it?
teleport up and back down.
I'm just super uncomfortable with the sheer level of criminality that we're all suggesting here.
Okay,
If-
look.
If it makes you feel better,
With Strange, it's borrowing.
and possession is 9/10 of the law.
The issue at hand, for example, Matt, I appreciate all the work you do, but the moment that Wrecker regained consciousness and summoned his crowbar, whoever's holding onto it is going to have a really bad day. If it works
Okay.
anything like Thor's hammer.
First, what does this remote do?
Puts the robots on parade mode. And probably something else as well, but there's one thing we know it does for sure.
Mind if I take a look?
Check.
Can I try and figure out what the fuck this thing does?
You absolutely may.
Can I help
so-
somehow?
Let's call this a logic roll.
Do I get edge from Spider-Bite's assistance?
Yes, if Spider-Bite is assisting you, I would absolutely
Yes.
grant you edge on that.
We love it. Let's go ahead and roll things.
So what you're looking at is almost like a small iPad or like Kindle. It does have like a touch screen to it that has a lot of Latvian characters on it. You know, very Eastern European Cyrillic looking. It is, green text on, this like very, very
Sure.
technologically advanced looking, actual device. Like it's sleek, but it's very resilient. Like even when you touch the screen, it's like a different feel to it. The haptics are different to it. Like this is Doom made 100%. Like there's even a little crest on the back of the Latvian crest is like pressed into the back like an Apple symbol would be.
Dabble.
The good news is it's a 23. The bad news is it's a 666, not a 616.
Okay,
But
alright.
23.
That's okay. Fantastic roll. So, not literally. Well done roll.
It is a good
yes.
roll.
So as you and Spider Rider kind of like, just scrolling through this thing, you're able to find English settings, which is great. It is multilingual. It was set on that variant, which is probably why between Wrecker and Thunderball, they couldn't necessarily figure it out. But it seems to be a multi-use device. And even as you're kind of like flipping around, it almost looks like a giant like SD card, maybe? Or like, it looks like it might attached to something. There's like metallic prongs, gold prongs on the back that might look like they connect into something. Otherwise, it looks like it is a communication device. It looks like it definitely gives you control over this small company of Doombots. And it also seems to ping 3 other points throughout the city. So it has a Doom map option.
I would love to bring up the holographic Doom map.
Absolutely. Okay.
I want my 3D visual.
What you can see there are 3 different pings, and then there's like then there's another, like there's a star on the map. This is I guess what the best thing to equate it to. There's 3 different things that seem to be moving just slightly, and then there's one other that is stationary.
He's tracking
Stationary.
me.
I'm sorry?
He's tracking me.
Yeah, absolutely. The stationary item, or the stationary point, seems to be at the United Nations.
That sounds safe.
Yeah, the moving points, there's again 3 of them. One of them is based at Oscorp. One of them is currently at Madison Square Gardens. And
that would be Juggernaut. That would be Juggernaut.
That's Juggy.
And the last one is at the Intrepid Museum, which you would know is right on the waterfront. That is the Intrepid carrier, U.S. Naval carrier that also stores a lot of fighter jets and even like some NASA stuff. It has a lot of aircraft and war, weapons of war that are decommissioned all there.
I think everyone else just hears just like a quiet gotcha as we're looking over the map. Well, we know where we're not going next. What do you think, Spidey?
Yeah. We shouldn't go. Like, everybody's just like looking at the map intensely, trying to figure out it herself.
I'm assuming Dr. Doom has taken up residence in the UN. So maybe not there for generals. First, we've established that we don't want to deal with Juggernaut right now immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone need a minute to recover? Because I know some of you got hit.
Yeah, I'm
and
wiping...
not all of us heal 3 hit points around.
Yeah, you can also use karma to heal as well.
I'm wiping blood from my chin. I've got bruised up knuckles. I'm feeling a little rough right now at 10 hit points.
Yikes.
Yeah, considering my max is 60.
Those of you with Avengers communication devices would also know that there is a ping that now kind of emanates. That's you have a message.
Yeah. You got something
on the card.
Pinging.
Thumbprint the card.
Hello, Captain. Just wanted to let you know that we have received a number of additional data points to add to your search for the quote-unquote generals of Doom. We have tracked the Juggernaut as well as several unlisted individuals to Madison Square Garden. We have also tracked the entity known as the Absorbing Man along with his paramour Titania to the USS Intrepid. And oddly enough, while we have tracked one of the signature points to Oscorp, we have also received, well, Captain, we've received a distress call from Oscorp. Norman Osborn is requesting your assistance.
Osborne.
Yes,
Well, that can't be good. Thanks, Jarvis.
of course.
So, Jarvis has updated us. We have a new target list. Juggernaut at Madison Square Garden, as we guessed. Absorbing Mana Titania at Intrepid, and Osborne is actually requesting our assistance at Osborne.
Well, I
You
guess that makes
think
our choice for
she's
us.
Being attacked, or is it a trap?
Well, I mean,
Doesn't matter. We have to go deal with it anyway.
Might as well.
And knowing that the Goblin is not on Doom's side would be actually not a bad thing to have.
I think we can get the Doombots to fight for us with the remote.
Do you want to alert Doom to the fact that his Doombots are being manipulated against as well?
It would be pretty funny.
I would imagine we would get possibly one shot in if we moved them, but I doubt we would have the opportunity.
Is there a way to just like shut them down, or to just tell them to just sit and do nothing? Is there like a
Self-destruct.
setting for that?
At this point, Doom already knows where.
Yeah, you do note that there is like a front-facing camera on this thing, much like you would find on an Apple device. You do see that there is a word tree, like there's a button for Doombot control. And pressing on that, you can see that there are a number of options, including the one that Kurt accidentally pressed, which is parade mode, which is pretty far down. Like there was a scroll that kind of happened there, but you can see that there is idle, there is sentinel mode, there is just the attack mode. There's you can fire missiles, you can set targets, you can have them just search. There's just a number of different things that all are like given different titles with small descriptions.
I mean, I could just put them in idle.
Or fire missiles at the nearest Doombot.
I do like that idea. I do like the idea of marching over to MSG with missile fire and robots, but
So Jenna, we'll give you this because your roll was so high. Certain, like just noting how UI works, certain selections have a very small Doom icon, like Doom mask icon next to them. And those are the ones that are like idle doesn't require that. Parade mode doesn't require that. Like, just area search doesn't require that. All of the aggressive ones, all the aggro ones do. And you're not sure what that mask icon necessarily stands for. But it's almost like an asterisk on those things.
Anybody know what the skull mask thing means?
My guess would
Maybe-
be
Taskmaster?
in permissions.
Password required, probably.
Self-destruct.
There is that option.
Does that one have the little skull icon?
It does. Yeah.
Okay, great. I'm gonna just go ahead and put them into idle mode.
And the Laverian, national anthem ceases. The bots all
Unless-
come to rest, unless.
Unless, Spidey, you think you can hack this passcode.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if I can try that.
I hand it over.
Does Spider-Man have anything that might help when it comes to hacking?
Let's see.
Gearhead, maybe? Or
Looking for it. Yep, I got Gearhead and I got Inventor and I got Scientific Expertise.
I will actually give you 3 edge on that then. So you can re-roll a die 3 times. It can be all 3 die once. It can be 1 die 3 times, however you want to do it.
Perfect.
And we will make this a I think this is probably a logic roll.
17.
Okay, 17 is not going to cut it.
Ah.
So, well, that is a high roll, and I'm not going to say that necessarily anything like super bad happens from it. I will say that you are, as you're trying to hack it, you cannot get through whatever firewalls Doom has put into this thing. Like, it is in the way that, like, oh, like nothing can hack an Apple device. Like, Apple devices don't get viruses. Like, Doom's like, no, sit down, please. Like, that's child's play. I will say that you do figure out as you were going through like the coding that that icon does stand for a facial recognition. So if you were
Okay.
going to activate those things, it seems like this device might be patterned to recognize faces, and you would need someone specific's face for you to activate the more aggro options on a Doombot.
Yeah.
Well, we do have his face right here. It's a little
Which
beaten up,
face,
yeah,
though?
but
Which face? We're fighting over it.
Yeah. We could test it out and see
I
what
guess you had it
happens.
first.
Someone throw up a Google image of Doctor Doom on their
Yeah.
phone, and we'll just use that.
Yeah.
I mean,
which one of
couldn't
the
we
two
point
had
it
it
at a
first?
Doombot in that case?
Well, which one of the two had the thing first?
You're not really sure. They were kind of like, you know, being toddlers about it when you first rolled up.
I would like to please just grab one of them and just kind of like gently try to slap him awake.
Okay. Is this Wrecker or Thunderball?
You know what? Let's see. Thunderball.
Okay. Yeah, you go over to Thunderball, who had just been electrocuted, unconscious, and kind of give him a few slaps in
Hey,
the face.
wake up!
Yeah, he just kind of, shit. What?
I hold the thing up. Did you enroll your face in this thing?
No,
Any kind of biometrics?
no,
Did he?
it got delivered by a Doombot, and that's we and then along with all the other ones, and I just think Dirk's real shit at leading the crew, so I was just trying to take over. You don't have a PhD?
Congratulations, Doctor. I'll just go ahead and just like real quick, like clock him on the head again.
There's a smile when you call him doctor. He's like, "Thank you. It's been so long." Just knock him right back out.
And I'll try the other one.
Okay. Yeah, go over to Wrecker, who is, I would say the crowbar is just like a couple of feet away, although you do know he can summon it to his hand pretty quickly. And yeah, you kind of slap him awake, and he shakes a little bit. Hey, fuck! What?
Yeah, whatever. Did you enroll your
Oh,
face in this
what?
thing?
No, I didn't get a chance.
Useless, and I'll knock him on the head again. Well, it doesn't appear that either of them got their face enrolled. One of us could do it. That sounds like a terrible idea.
I can see a lot of ways that that could go wrong.
So we're just gonna leave it in idle, and I'll kind of like turn to Cap. Cap, you got a backpack?
I got a lot of pouches.
Great. I'll just, like shove the remote at him for the pouch. Pick a pouch.
Any pouch.
Take
He has a
the remote.
Liefeld amount of pouches.
Yeah.
Items. Yeah. So tuck the thing in. Buttons pointing out so that in the event that I actually get hit, possibly won't push it.
Fantastic.
So the last thing we need is to have Dr. Doom know exactly where we are and what we're
Okay. All right. With the device stored away, a new team member added to your group. What's the plan? Where are you all heading next?
We gotta go to Oscorp, right?
Oscorp sounds indoors.
Yeah. And here's the thing: either it's a trap, but we have to go there eventually anyway, or it's not a trap and someone needs help.
Yeah.
Either way,
I
we have
mean,
to go.
Yeah, it's a
Oscorp
distress
it
signal.
is.
Yeah.
Well, according
Hold on.
to
Does anyone have his number?
Only Spider-Man is from another universe.
Yeah.
Spidey, you got you. Spidey, you got his number?
I was like, whose number was it above table? I didn't get to hear that part.
This is
No.
Norman Osborn, who you might know as the Neon Green Goblin.
Oh.
But yeah, this would be you'd at least recognize Osborn maybe as like one of the big names in your Digiverse, who is pretty unscrupulous, pretty messed up, and is definitely one of your main villains.
It's like I don't think I would keep Osborne's number, but I can try to search like through the interwebs. So she'll put her helmet back on and see if she could look at the digital yellow pages.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and just give me a quick. This is not going to be that high, but this will be another logic roll as you search the web of the multiverse.
That would be a 14.
Okay, yeah, that works. You were able to look up a number of ways to contact a number of different versions of Norman Osborn and various Green Goblins. But yes, you would find the office phone of Norman Osborn listed amongst this universe's yellow pages, and you would be able to find his work phone at least, not his cell phone number. He doesn't list that.
Like, so the side of her helmet will like print off a piece of paper, and then she'd be like, "Here's your number."
Nice.
It's like, I don't think my phone works here. I could try, but here's a number.
Yeah, who's your provider? I'm not sure.
probably Verizon, but not 9 or something. Like Verizon X.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, do you guys got a Verizon X here?
No.
I think we just have the regular one.
Oh.
The T-Mobile verse. It's horrible.
No.
Oh no. It's like, oh, that's like that Verizon's still going around. That's crazy.
Everybody's on Cricket Mobile here.
I'd like to boop the number.
Okay.
Okay.
So
It's Mint Mobile, but it's run by Deadpool.
Oh,
yes,
Oh, God.
yes, very good. Thank you. I will also say, wonderful conversation that you all just had. Please enjoy a karma point all around. Jessica, you were calling on your cell phone? Okay. So you type in the number for Norman Osborn's office, and it rings a couple of times before you hear a message. Thank you for calling the offices of Norman Osborn at Oscorp. We are currently experiencing some sort of superhero and or supervillain emergency. If this is an emergency on your part, please dial 1.
And like it's on speakerphone, and everyone just sees me like yell into the speaker. What if it's an emergency on your part?
I'm hitting
Oh.
1.
I was like,
You hear a voice on the other end. It's just a very shaky, like, intern's voice. It's, "Hi, this is the office of Norman Osborn. How may I have a director call?"
What's going on over there?
Listen, if you have complaints about the Green Goblin, he's served his time.
We're coming to help. What's going on?
Oh,
Give us the rundown.
Well, there's a big green bubble over the city, and I've tried calling my dog sitter, but he's not answering. And Mr. Osborn's real mad, and he's been yelling a lot. And he has this vial that he keeps saying, "Don't make me drink this." I don't know what it is.
We'll be there in 15 minutes.
Okay, who are you?
Jessica, hi.
Hi, Jessica. Do you dog sit?
How much you paying?
Probably not enough.
like,
Look, you want me to dog sit? Maybe not. You want me to find your missing dog? We'll talk.
Okay.
Well, what's your name?
Oh, it's Ted.
Great, Ted. We'll be there in 15.
Okay.
I would say leave the door unlocked, but I'm pretty sure it probably already is.
Yeah, we're a publicly traded company, so we typically, and what do locks do against supervillains? It's one of those things.
All right. I'll see you soon, Ted.
Okay. Be safe.
I'll clap the phone closed.
Oh, it's one of those phones. Great.
Of course,
Okay.
it absolutely
Jessica
is
have
one
a
of those
flip
phones.
phone?
It's absolutely a flip phone.
Jessica
was-
needs a phone that is as vulnerable as she is. That's a Nokia.
It's a Nokia.
Yeah.
It's the Nokia, yeah.
Spider-Bite's like, that's a Nokia?
Sponsored by Luke Cage. All right. Well, according to Google Maps, Oscorp exists, which scares the hell out of me. Which is 300 West 57th Street.
I've walked past it. Damn.
Yeah, it's just near the what would you call that? The southwest corner of Central Park. So you were getting
Right by
pretty
Columbus
close
Circle.
at this point. You will be getting pretty close at this point, I should say. How are you all planning to traverse through the city?
Need another van. We blew up the last one.
Spidey, can you hotwire a car?
Yeah.
Great.
It's the sheer amount of criminality in this setting.
I think
Leave
everything's
an
kind of
IOU
destroyed
then.
here.
A
Just
car that we're gonna hotwire is intact, which makes it in better shape than all the other cars in the area.
Yeah.
Cap, as your lawyer,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
you
suggest
can't
that we
justify it. All right, we're necessity invention, that sort of thing.
sure.
Looking around for a car that's going to hold at least most of the team.
Ultimately, we are all pleading insanity. That's what's happening. Okay. Yeah. So we need something economical, fun, maybe a minivan.
Spider-Bite puts on her
Or a Corolla.
helmet to scan the area for like working cars. That's not like blown up.
not a lot of options. What I would love to do here is we're going to do a luck roll. So we're going to call odds or evens, and I have two vehicles in mind. One great, one not so great.
We're getting
So-
a Jetta.
So I'm going to do a roll. Taylor, you can say odds or evens, and we'll go from there.
All right,
so-
odds.
Odds. Okay. Okay. It is evens. So while you were scanning and kind of looking throughout like the devastation of Times Square, you ping just off in the near distance off of a very beat up, like definitely needs new tires. Like the tires are absolutely bald. Honda Odyssey. Like just enough room for everybody, but like you can smell the cigarette stains from here. Kind of like Honda Odyssey. Like this thing has been around since New York, like before the
I
subway.
won't say Honda Odyssey.
Yeah. Yeah, but like Spider-Man would just point over there. It's like, I spotted a Honda Odyssey. Owner used to be Kyle. Old pizza delivery driver. Probably will smell bad. Also has a lot of unpaid parking tickets.
See,
Excellent.
we can say that it is seizure of property or something like that.
Kyle either has bigger things to worry about or Kyle's dead. So let's just grab the car and go.
So like Spider-Man would go over there and help like hotwire the car.
Yeah, anybody who's parked at Times Square has it coming at this point. Like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
What are you doing there?
Yeah, like what are you here for?
Like, there's no good reason to go to Times Square. Don't do it.
There's never a good reason to go to Times Square. I absolutely hate Times Square.
Can I roll for spare old pizza? No.
Nope. There's no
Roll for
roll high
food
enough.
poisoning.
Yeah. No, there was like there was the cash cab is nearby, but it's overturned and it's on fire, and yeah, that's a shame.
Oh no, not Ben Paley.
Oh
Right?
no.
Okay, so heading over to the van, you can find that it starts pretty easily. Not even having to really hotwire it. The keys were left like in the little flap down thing that has the mirror on it. And yeah, you're able to start this thing up with a little effort, but it revs to life ? And you all are able to hobble in. But what's the seating arrangement? Who's driving?
Shotgun.
I'm driving.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
was like, Spider-Man's like, I'm gonna choose the sky, but
Okay.
she'll leave a. I was like, she's gonna leave a tiny robot spider and say, I can hear you guys through this spider.
Great.
I'll see y'all in the sky.
I feel like we should get Cap like a couple little suction cups so we can just like attach to any car.
Don't need them.
Cap is like that window Garfield. Just
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Okay, and then Nightcrawler sitting in the back.
I think Nightcrawler will be on the roof this time.
Okay, I kind of
Ooh.
like that Cap is kind of like swerving back and forth, holding on, with superhuman grip, and Nightcrawler is just stuck to the back in like the little crouch pose.
Nightcrawler is like doing the Teen Wolf type thing.
Perfect. Okay. All right, and with Spider-Bite swinging above, yes, you all are able to maneuver through the city. So let's do a roll here, at least for driving. Again, not a very high roll. You're not really encountering anything too crazy at first, but
What
yeah,
was the ability?
let's call this. Feels like agility is probably the
That
best
tracks,
thing
yeah.
to do this. Yeah.
While we're
Do Columbus
driving,
Circle.
while we're driving, may I treat this as just a little bit of a respite to roll to regain some health and focus?
For sure. Yeah.
Groovy.
That is a 6 Marvel 4, so it's a 16 plus 2 and 18.
More than well over what you needed. So yes.
I am learning how to drive as we like. I think this should give me my driver's license because I learned how to drive in the middle of the apocalypse.
Yeah, you've learned how to drive like a New Yorker. Like you're blowing through red lights. There's no traffic. There's maybe like an on fire police vehicle that cuts in front of you at one point.
Let's be real, half of the lights are still embedded in the ground.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You go past some streets where it absolutely does seem to be like pure chaos. Stuff's on fire. You can see some inmates kind of running about. However, you also pass by some streets where it seems like the NYPD and SWAT gear seem to be trying to gain control here or there. You definitely find some more rougher places than not, but it seems like order is somehow trying to be reinstated, especially now that you've taken out a big issue. As you even see, there's a couple of police choppers which kind of fly over. You can see that there are some Doombots close behind, but they seem to be handling themselves just fine. So yes, there's still a lot of chaos in the city, but you are able to maneuver around broken down vehicles, on fire vehicles, and every other little bit of thing that might run in front of you. Before too long, you find yourself in front of Oscorp International, where there's plenty of parking, and all of the no parking signs have already been graffitied, and yeah, who's even gonna notice at this point?
I go ahead and I whip out a Nelson and Murdoch attorney at law business card, and just on the back, just right for the parking tickets, give me a call, and just
Fantastic.
flick it right on the dash.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, honestly, if there's anybody checking parking right now, that person really needs to readjust their priorities. Okay, so the front doors of Oscorp International are before you. It is this massive skyscraper with this this very like 3D geometric kind of design to it, very modern looking, with this kind of sleek like teal black kind of glass that seems to cover all of it, as it almost seems to like the design seems to swirl almost on a central point, like there's a fluidity to it that's kind of mixed with this weird brutalism. And Oscorp is, in these broad letters that come down in a vertical on one side of the building. How are you all want to proceed?
I want to turn to this little robot spider, and just kind of like look at it and be like, Spidey, you see anything up there?
Do I see anything? Any
Go ahead and give me
suspiciousness?
a vigilance roll.
18.
18. Okay. So I imagine kind of scanning the horizon, especially with your more bird's eye view. You look out and you are kind of just maybe stuck to the side of Oscorp's building, and kind of just scanning the horizon. What you see, you're not exactly sure what it is. You're able to maybe identify with the tech that you have that there are 3 entities inside this thing, but what it appears to be is this flowing cloud, almost like a wall of cloud is flowing over the city. It's flowing over the tops of buildings and kind of cascading down, and it has like this purplish green hue to it. And like again, like I said, you can note that there are three somethings moving within that seem to be giving off some sort of like, you know, biometrics. But the cloud seems to just be like encroaching, almost like, you know, like a wall of sand, like a wall in a storm. It seems to be flowing very steadily towards you all here, towards the north of Manhattan. And it does, you can't really tell, like, you don't remember looking behind you and seeing that before.
Yeah. So Spider-Bite will relay the information, being like, I think I understand what Ted is talking about now. As like there is a giant storm like cloud, like purple, green. And I scanned like 3 biometric screenings inside of it. So at least 3 things that are alive are inside this cloud. And
Can I focus my senses to try to get an idea of what might actually be in that cloud, in terms of hearing anything from them, or getting a sense of, via the way they're moving through the cloud, I may be able to identify a shape or some sort. I'm trying to depending on what Daredevil power set we're really looking at, from what TV, movie, or comic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're still, I mean, several hundred feet away. Like this cloud still has some time to reach you. So this is definitely with some distance, but I would definitely do let's do a vigilance roll with 1 trouble. Just for distance.
All right, that is a 4 Marvel 3. So that vigilance, you said?
Yes.
All right, non-combat. So that is 7 plus 6. 13 plus 3. What did I say? 13 plus 3, 16. What is that with trouble? Oh, I roll twice, right?
You re-roll the M.
I re-roll.
One of your die you're gonna re-roll.
I re-roll the M. Oh, well, that sucks.
Yeah.
My bad. Okay. Oh, that's another 3. So, all right. So that's let's see. That's 6 plus 4. That's 10. 13. That's 13.
Okay. So 13, like, you really, really have to focus to get through all of the, you know, rocket boots of Doombots and police choppers and sirens, and like you're kind of like trying to almost like tunnel vision your senses, which is really difficult when you are always picking up everything. But it's almost, you know, this form of weird echolocation that comes back at you through the cloud. And I will say you can't necessarily pick up specifics other than you hear metallic noises that you identify as being separate from any of the Doombot movements, especially what sounds like it almost sounds like a metal blade cutting through air, like 2 metal blades that seem to be cutting through the air itself, and it has a very specific noise, and there's kind of this hum of machinery.
Okay. I'm going to relay that just to the group. It's like, along with it, other than, you know, that, I got nothing. Maybe Norman knows more than we do.
Speaking of Norman,
I can take someone up to the highest floor I can see into, if you would like to get a peek.
If you can get one person up, I can get someone else up.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, maybe a more surreptitious way in is a little bit better than just walking through the front door and having all the cameras see us.
Is there a helipad?
Yeah, there's definitely a helipad.
Do you want to just go to the roof and start there?
Everybody's like, I'm already here.
Yeah, roof is fine.
So yeah, Jessica, between you and Nightcrawler, you both would be able to take Cap and Daredevil respectively, and get to the roof. And absolutely, there is an Oscorp helicopter there that is, unmanned currently, non-operative.
Hold on tight,
no.
Spider Monkey.
I almost said that.
no.
Cap, I can barely drive a car. I don't know how I would fly a helicopter.
And we're not going to find out.
And now you can all see that cloud again. It's not like it's a storm cloud in the sky. It's almost like low-lying fog that seems to just almost wrap over skyscrapers. Like it's almost like it's 100-foot tall wall of this purplish green fog that is just kind of sweeping over the city.
Looks fun. Looks safe. And very
Is it
healthy.
reaching ground level or is it at
It is.
this
Yeah.
height?
Maybe
Yeah,
it's
100
good
feet
that we
ground
are.
to like 100 feet up.
Are we taller than the cloud?
Yeah, I think where you all are right now, you would be above 100 feet. So you're almost looking out at like this, almost like sea of the top of the cloud as it's coming towards you.
Something tells me it's a good thing that we are up here and that cloud is down there.
We're up here for now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if we can get this done. I want to try the door from the helipad into the building.
It is locked, but that doesn't have to mean anything to Jessica.
Yeah, it does not. I will just go ahead and force it open.
Yes, easily enough. And
I'm gonna start writing this down.
making a tally of all the things you have to pay for later. Yeah, just bill it to Tony. He's a bill.
What is more valuable, a doorknob or a life?
But we don't know what's going on yet.
Yeah, but Ted sounded scared out of Ted had the shit scared out of him, so I assume bad shit.
Yet
It's
he
okay,
talked
Cap.
a lot about his dog walker for some reason.
It's okay, Cap. Norman's a prick. We can go.
Is that your legal opinion?
In my professional
Prick, we
opinion.
legally don't have to help them.
Yeah.
Usually stands up.
We're gonna talk about this. Cap walks up to Jessica. We're gonna talk about this later. Points to the door. Continues down the stairs.
What was the alternative? Break a
there-
hole through the ceiling?
Is there cameras in the
I
staircase?
think it's more expensive.
Yes, you would see that there is a surveillance system that is. They're not even trying to hide it. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, Spider-Man's like, do you want me to disable the cameras? Or
Heck yeah.
yeah, so
We're here to
Spider-Man's
save Norman. We're not here to fight him.
But we also don't need anyone in the security room who is not aligned with us knowing that we're coming.
Yeah, we
Oh
don't
my
know
God.
we actually don't know the nature of the emergency. So yeah, I would rather
We
stick to
could
some
be
shadow.
here to fight Norman. We haven't ruled that out yet.
I was like, I normally fight Norman.
Well,
in
we can
my
at least
areas.
grab Ted and go.
Yeah.
Ed was probably be on the ground floor, where reception is.
We'll get him on the way out.
Or a
Maybe
personal assistant.
maybe he can
As
fly a
long-
helicopter. We don't know.
Spider-Man's like, I'll meet you guys to Ted as she would digitalize into the camera.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
So as she tries to like ping to any of the cameras to
Okay.
disable.
Using the CCTV, love it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's
So yeah, cameras are all disabled then.
Yeah.
Um,
Everyone would just see a spider bite symbol, anyone, the security symbol in the
Love
rooms.
It's like it's booping back and forth between like it's a DVD screen, but it never hits the corner.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Never hits the corner.
Okay. Well, as you all make your way to the offices of Norman Osborn, I think that's where we're going to take our break. We'll pick back up when you can figure out perhaps what's going on here. So we're going to take about 10 to 15 to all of my players, to all of you out there. Do the things. Take care of yourself. Take care of your pets. Whatever needs you might have. We will be back shortly. In the meantime, you can always donate to the Tiltify that you can find in chat as well as our socials, to PCRF, Palestine Children's Relief Fund. Fantastic cause. And any donations that you make, should they hit a certain goal, can impact the game that we play today. Or if you donate in the middle of the week, you can impact the game that we play the next week. So we'll be back shortly. Enjoy our ads. Enjoy all of our affiliate stuff. If you're looking for some new minis or makeup or even a new dice set for yourself, I'll definitely check out some of our great affiliates. But we will see you all very soon. Goodbye. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Marvel Multiverse, the Day of Doom, where we are playing the official Marvel Multiverse TTRPG. Our intrepid heroes have made their way from well, one side of New York, kind of, to the middle of it. Not really to the other side. We haven't gotten up to Harlem just yet. But they find themselves trapped on the island of Manhattan. If you were just joining us, this game is in support of PCRF, Palestine Children's Relief Fund, and you can find incentives along with your donations. So if you hit certain monetary goals with our donations, with your donations, which are very much appreciated as long as you are willing and able, both those things being important together, you can impact this game with edges or troubles. Those are like advantages and disadvantages, fantastic failures, fantastic successes, and lots of other cool other things. So, if you have a few extra bucks sitting around that you want to pour towards a great cause and also impact our game, like I said, always very much appreciated. Let's jump back into stuff as we have just had Spiderbite convey herself through the surveillance system, essentially disabling all of these surveillance cameras, while the rest of you have begun walking down the inside staircase from the helipad, and very quickly you find yourself at the top floor, which is easy enough to reach. It's listed as such. It is not. This door is not locked. Actually, no, that doesn't make sense. It has a keypad to it, although we have established that Jessica is more than capable of breaking the locks on these things. So, should you want to enter that way, you absolutely may.
Well, honestly, whatever's the most efficient way of getting through this place.
Yeah, I mean, guessing a keypad a billion times is probably less efficient. So yeah, I would say probably breaking the lock is the most efficient. So as the lock snaps on the door in this otherwise concrete pillar that you all find yourselves in, with the stairways just wrap all the way down, you exit to you'll find a very thin carpeted, this very chic blue carpet, this like very cobalt-esque. Cobalt-esque. I was just talking about cobalt and brain. Cobalt-esque carpeting that extends further into this hallway. You can see that there are elevators directly to where you're kind of like facing as you walk out this door. And to your right, there's all of these like conference rooms that are all like they're walled with glass, so you can see the tables within, and you can also see a desk where there is a big Oscorp logo behind it, and a very frantic man with a little like earpiece and a clipboard that's nearly like stuck into his chest at this point, as firm as he's holding it. And he comes running over. Hi, are you Jessica?
Yep.
Hi, Jessica. It's really good to see you. I'm Ted.
Hi, Ted.
You're friends with Captain America. Hello, sir. Thank you for your service.
You have a
Here
few
at
broken
Oscorp,
doorknobs.
We appreciate our veterans. And you're okay. Okay, we've got a red guy and a blue guy.
There's a purple one around somewhere, but it might be a minute.
Okay.
Where's Norman, Ted?
He is waiting for you in his office. If you will follow me. It's bad out there, huh?
It's
It's not great, Ted. It's not great.
Yeah.
Hey Ted, just one question.
Yes.
Is this any sort of trap?
Like the music? I don't listen to that. I don't know.
Why on
No.
earth would it have been the music?
Sure. Sorry. We have an onboarding that is very specific about not bringing up any of Mr. Osborn's previous villainry. So we typically don't get questions like that. So I appreciate no mentions of gliders, pumpkin bombs, Halloween in general. Really, I mean, it's really quickly how fast ghosts and goblins get brought up. Generally the color green, pretty ixnay around here. I wore a green turtleneck to the Christmas party once, and let me tell you, have not lived that one down. So, yeah, just good ground rules to go in. He's a little, Mr. Osborn's a little tense.
I put my arm around Ted in a comforting way, and I just said, Ted,
Okay.
you do have the right to remain silent. Just throwing that out there.
You're right, sweaty red man. Thank you.
Yeah. He's not wrong. These suits don't breathe. That's the
Yeah, I
problem.
can't imagine.
This is head to toe. Custom.
Yeah, that's Hell's Kitchen in the summer. Ugh,
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to. Yeah,
No,
Yeah,
I smelled more like Foggy than anyone else.
not enough supervillains or superheroes rather have short sleeves.
Yeah.
Okay. So he brings you to like behind the desk where there's a wall with the logo and everything, and there's this massive like set of oak doors that clearly lead to the executive suite. You pass by all of the kind of conference rooms on this level, and he gives just a quick knock and opens the door. Mr. Osborne, the individuals you were hoping to meet with have arrived. I'm go back to my desk and pray. And within you find this peak alpha male psychopath level, like, American Psycho, just oaken, materialistic, but minimalist at the same time. I love this, so I'm gonna keep this. A wall of masks at one point. Like, this is just, like, looking out, like, there's just entire wall of windows where you can just look out on the city that he claims is his own kind of thing. And standing behind his desk, dressed in a blue suit with this very, like, vibrant maroon tie, turns around. You see Norman Osborn, his weird wavy hair and a very smug grin on his face. He's has a Rolex. He's it's hard to read him at first. Like, you see the grin and you notice it's not manic like it is with when he is in Green Goblin mode. However,
Mhm.
you do quickly clock, as Ted did mention this, there is a vial sitting upright on his desk that has vibrant green liquid inside.
Can I get a read on his heartbeat?
For sure, yeah. I had no roll needed for this. You're in a room with him. You can single this out. It is pretty measured, weirdly enough. Maybe a little escalated.
Okay.
And out the window, you can see the cloud. The fog cloud is getting closer and closer by the second. And he looks at all of you. Well, it's about damn time.
You're welcome.
So I have what I'm going to call a business proposition for all of you. I'm in the sort of business situation currently that I'd rather not be in. Bit of a hostile takeover, you could consider it. So I'm going to say my piece. You all can say yes or no, and that decides what happens next. Fair? Fair. So, Wilson Fisk was a little less than thrilled with me right now. Fisk Tower, Fisk Industries, is looking for a hostile takeover of Oscorp. As such, he has sent several, I'm going to call them frenemies, as my son would put it, to deal with me. I saw myself presented with two options in this city that has otherwise fallen into absolute chaos, as I cannot contact any official authorities, not even S.H.I.E.L.D. at this point. But I was able to get in contact with Avengers Tower, and the lovely AI there was able to inform me that you all were still present. So, that is option A. You all stay here and defend my life. And if so, I have a bargain. Option B, before we get to that bargain, is I take this goblin formula, and I deal with the problem myself and potentially become a problem to all of you. So, without knowing what I'm offering, are we going with door 1 or door 2?
Do we happen to know which frenemies the Kingpin has decided to send to greet you?
Looking into recent records from the raft and trying to extrapolate based on what information I'm able to get from my towers that can somewhat get through Doom's firewall, I've determined that it is likely Otto Octavius and two people he's brought along with him. Otto and I have never really seen eye to eye. I know that he is going to be easily swayed by Wilson, and likely is going to try to double cross Wilson when it comes down to it, but would be first in line for my head on any one of his tentacly arms.
Lovely.
Ew,
And
that was all. Just ew.
Do indeed,
if
Miss Jones. Yes.
if we were to assist you in any way, what guarantee do we have that vial stays untouched and that you won't interfere in any way with what our goals are?
If you all are successful in protecting my life, I should have no reason to step in. I will say, Mr. Daredevil,
Sure.
I will say that there are no guarantees in business. Should I see you failing, I have a contingency. But
So you're using us as foot soldiers then?
bodyguards. I would not act so defended. You are essentially bodyguards for the general citizenry. An extrapolatory police force.
Cap, what do you think?
Oh, he's already made his decision.
He usually does.
I think Norman's up to something. I think
But-
we don't have a lot of choice. And provided, of course, that none of this points out the window to the green, purplish mist is your doing, Norman Osborn has done penance and deserves every amount of protection that every other citizen in the city gets.
I am many things, one of those being a parolee. But I am not, and I shall put it this way, a current problem for you, nor am I a doom bootlicker. So find yourself successful, and I will give you whatever this strange piece of machinery he has given me. And he'll kind of just toss down onto his desk a very almost identical tablet to the one that you all have.
How you feeling? Everyone else feeling about this? Elf, Jess, Miss Bite, if you're nasty.
Spider Bay's not there yet. I was gonna
Oh.
ask if while does Jessica still have the spider, or is that still in the car?
I would have taken a spider.
Okay. See, I will like before Spider Bite makes an appearance is to go through Osborne's computer while she's
Ooh.
going in the systems of the cameras.
Okay.
Can't go well. Yeah.
Not as intense as a Doom firewall, but definitely like this is,
This is gonna be rough.
to quote Willem Dafoe, I'm a bit of a scientist myself. So he knows what he's doing when it comes to protecting the data that's on his computer. This is company and everything. So you are inside. Let's go ahead and do let's do a logic roll as you try to figure out how to break through the firewall on this thing.
And can I use my the gearhead inventor and
Yes,
scientific?
go ahead and use your edge for that.
Cool.
You got this.
Whew, I hope so. That's a 3 edge or
Yes.
okay, cool. Let's change this one. Ooh, change that one. Please be a 1 in the middle. That'd be crazy. No. Let's do math. That is a 20.
20 in total?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to call it 20 good enough to get through the firewall. So what are you looking for when it comes to are you just looking for anything incriminating?
Criminating anything to help out with this whole deal thing, because I think she
Okay.
would hear it over the spider with the whole conversation.
So I think what you're going to pick up on is, especially because you're pulling in keywords. You're pulling in keywords like Kingpin, Wilson Fisk, Otto Octavius, Dr. Octopus, stuff like that. You're going to find out that Norman Osborn basically sent in, incriminated Wilson Fisk, got him imprisoned on the raft, and that Wilson Fisk is now broken out. along with some other supervillains who were kind of on the raft with him. These are likely villains that you might be familiar with, maybe in a different way. You yourself definitely have a Doctor Octopus. Definitely, probably different than the Otto Octavius we're dealing with here. It's probably like Otto, but in like elite speak, where it's spelled with like zeros and yeah, whatever.
0770.
Gross.
Definitely, yeah. Um, you can see that Oscorp, as far as like official records, even within Norman's records show, has stopped the production of goblin formula. So this seems to be the only vial. It must have had a backup vial somewhere. Digging a little bit deeper, you can see that there's some security measures here at Oscorp. You have disabled some of them, but there's nothing that necessarily like would be too much of a barrier to Dr. Octopus. Like they have a security force here that's not going to stand against one supervillain, let alone potentially three. It sounds like. I'll also throw this out there. This isn't necessarily pertinent to the story, but you will see, just to kind of link up a little bit with comics, that Oscorp is doing a lot of research into symbiotes right now.
Not the symbiotes. Yeah, the spider would like vibrate a little bit to get Jessica's attention, as to make sure that the spider just goes up to Jessica's ears so that nobody else can hear her. Energy, like a phone energy. And just like Spider-Man would just tell everything they found on the file, in the whole computer system, everything that was just told relayed back.
I don't think Jessica would try to like whisper back or anything. I don't know if the spider can detect slight nodding.
Yeah.
But there is slight nodding.
But Spider-Man will understand of no replying back since you're in the room. Like Spider knows that you're in because you can still hear everything going on in the room.
Yeah. So I think what I'll do is I'll kind of like attempt to hint a little bit and just be like, well, we're gonna have to consult our fifth person to know if and she'll kind of like scratch the back of her neck where the spider is just kind of give it a little tap to know what they think.
Like Spider-Man's like debating in the interwebs right now, like going back and forth, and she's just like, she's like, I would say no, but she's like, I will follow your guys' lead.
All right. So, what is your decision then? Are we going to work together, or are we going to have a collective green problem?
If we work together, will you give us the formula? Make sure that we are.
No, this is again a contingency. I am going to go into my safe room, which is full of pumpkin bombs, a glider, and this little friend of mine. And should you be successful, then I will exit as is. Otherwise, I have a lovely little costume change and will handle the problem myself, as I'm hoping I won't have to in the first place.
That won't be necessary.
Good to hear.
Do you have any details on the others other than Octavius?
Otto always has somebody trailing behind him, trying to feed off of his energy and glory and whatever else. It's probably somebody like Shocker, or I don't think it's Electro. I think he's locked up in the vault. It's not Kurt.
Any theory
Not
on
you.
the gas?
No, I am right here.
Yes, I meant Connors, the one with the PhD, not the one with the vest. Probably not Hydro Man. If anything, it's probably Quentin. It's probably Mysterio with the clouds. He does know how to make an entrance. And as far as my records show for any other escapees who might be always hanging out with Otto, it's probably Adrian.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that old son of a bitch never knows when to quit.
Vulture. Yeah, he's a pain. Spider-Man doesn't. Our Spider-Man doesn't speak too highly of him.
What do you mean, our Spider-Man?
Nothing. Our Spider-Man, your Spider-Man, my Spider-Man.
I
There are dozens of them.
Our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Yeah.
One for every borough.
When Nightcrawler says there are dozens of them, that's when you hear like the hearts. So, like there's a blood instant increase, like 10 points in blood pressure.
The spider bite just buzz
Isn't
on
there
the
a spider?
spider.
Isn't there a Spider-Man in a little bit in all of us?
Right, that's what we can all wear the mask.
Spider-Man's always closer than you think.
The spider buzz.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's like 10 Spider-Men in every room that you go into. You know, they say we eat like
It's like a
15
Comic-Con.
Spider-Men
There's
every-
like a whole conga line of Spider-Man.
Yeah, we eat
We're
like
always
15
within 3 feet of a
Spider-Men every
Spider-Man.
night while we sleep. Yeah.
And where are they? There. All right.
Well, all right.
Yeah,
We'll
all right,
take care of
Norman.
it.
Look, you got yourself a few. You got yourself a wall. Is there any? Where's the best place that we could post up to defend this place? Because if they're coming here, we at least should have a defensible position to give them a proper greeting.
Well, I was hoping to put this building into lockdown, in which case we do have 2-inch thick steel plates that cover every window. You could always go to the roof. I don't think those steel plates are going to hold off Otto very long. Or you could just meet him in the lobby, I suppose. Or
And
probably
what
this
if-
room. He knows where I work.
The lobby. What is this? My first day? No. What do you guys think? The roof.
I think the roof or here, probably the roof in case the security systems might fail or be inconveniently disabled.
That's ridiculous. My security systems are top notch. And he goes to look at his computer, which has like a big spider bite symbol on it now. And it's just like cycling through incriminating information. And he just looks at all of you and slowly closes his laptop.
We have this,
Mhm.
Norman.
All right. I'm
All
going
we
to
need
go
to do
my
is
safe
we're
room.
literally triggering the man into becoming Green Goblin.
His
go
hands
team.
are shaking as he gets the vial.
Get a cup of chamomile.
A recipe of chamomile tea pops up on the computer.
Give us a chance to do this. Don't do anything rash.
I'm picturing the recipe being like, get a chamomile tea bag. Pour hot
Pour
water,
water.
over the chamomile tea
Over
bag.
tea.
Wait 5 minutes.
Goes
Drink
to
the
the door.
tea.
Ted, chamomile. And Ted opens the door. One scotch coming up, sir. I got you.
You got some
Can I get a-
extra?
Okay. Can we get a belt of that over here? 3 fingers.
We'll call it our commission price.
Yeah, you'll do in like Glenfiddich or Monkey Shoulder. I mean, what are you?
Well, my
age?
player doesn't know anything about alcohol, so what? So you
Oh, no.
pick.
Black label, blue label. What are we talking?
Do you have any odd bag?
Bless you.
Blue label's fine.
Ted closes the door. Norman just like walks like through you, like he shoulder checks whoever is going to be at the middle. It's probably like he'd still squeeze us through because I can't imagine shoulder checking any of you as Norman Osborn and like yeah. But he passes by, goes to the door, and he says, "Reminder about pumpkin bombs. I have an armory of them. I will use them if I have to. Please don't make me have to. I'm really trying here. Just
Do our best.
All right.
Can I pick up the spider from Jess's shoulder and say, "Can you please figure out how to disable those?"
Continue on the computer, downloading information. The formula of the pumpkin bombs if it's on the computer.
yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, things not something that you can deactivate remotely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just
uh,
like, just in case when they're in combat, if the pumpkin bombs get activated or something like that, just in the moment,
For
if
sure.
there's something, weaknesses for it.
Yes. Okay. In that case, you all will have like a couple of turns to prep, get yourself where you need to be, and then we are going to roll for initiative, and that will kind of determine how the combat flows here. So let's go ahead and go around. Uh, Jen, what is there anything Jessica would like to do to prep?
I think I want to post up like right by the like whatever our choke point is, like a door or whatever it is,
Okay.
and just prepare to just fucking murder whatever comes through.
Sure. Okay.
Try and get the jump on them basically.
Yeah. So you've got those double doors. You notice that like the windows all have the metal, uh, kind of covers that slide down over them. Yes, you were able to post up by the door. Uh, let's see. Daredevil, how would you like to prep?
All right. I would like to roll again just to recover some more health and focus. Actually, just health. Focus, I'm pretty much almost back to max.
Okay.
But as far as positioning, are we talking kind of standard roof? Probably some ACs, some ducts, some general things to hide behind.
Yeah, pretty standard, high-end office building. Yeah.
Groovy. I think what I want to do is I want to kind of stay in as whatever level of shadow as I'm able to stay kind of hidden. Um, I want to kind of suss out the situation before I decide where I'm going to strike.
Sure. Okay. All right. And also, I will say Ted brings you a first aid kit. So if you would like to
Oh,
double whatever your health regain is.
Yeah.
Hey, saw you were bleeding a lot. It's tough because when you wear red, it's like that joke with the pirate about bring them a red shirt and they ask for brown pants.
can't.
Love that joke.
It's a great joke,
Yeah. So
Yeah, that guy should get his own movie.
yeah. Okay. Um. Anyway, here's your whiskey and first aid kit.
That's exactly what I needed.
Those go together.
100%.
Yeah.
I whiskey, shoot it.
It's a blood thinner.
Alcohol is supposed to be for external application, Matt.
Not when you're hurting on the inside like I am, Kurt.
I'm also gonna grab the bottle and take a swig too.
Real Catholic action right there.
When in Rome.
Yeah, I didn't realize until just now how Catholic this this team was. Kind of astonishing to put them all together. Okay, Spider-Bite, how would you like to best prepare for the oncoming invasion?
I think she got all the information for right now on the computer, unless anybody else needed anything else that she needed to look up.
No, the only thing that I would have done or would have wanted to have done is when Norman was entering his panic room, might have been to try to figure out a way to surreptitiously fling that little spider into there to keep an eye on Norman.
Sure, if you would like to do that, you can absolutely roll.
Yeah.
We can roll agility for that.
All right, cool.
And Taylor, I'll also offer you this. You do know that on the science level where they're doing a lot of experimentations, they do have a shred of symbiote down there.
Okay.
So just to kind of tie this, since they're doing research on it, you do know that there's a lot of stuff that happens on the laboratory levels, but they do have a specimen of symbiote down there.
Okay. I think Spider-Bite would try to travel through the camera system down to that area to grab the symbiote, just as an emergency if she needs that edge.
Okay. It is in a contained glass vial. I mean, it's pretty small. It's something you'd be able to do onto yourself. The lab level has been evacuated. It is already in lockdown. But yeah, if you're able to travel through the electronic systems, you'd be able to absolutely get that.
cool. And then she'll just bounce back to the roof. She goes through the, or is it if everyone's still in the office, she'll rather group up with everyone else. So she'll just come through the. Long as Norman doesn't see her.
I might go to the roof because I can just teleport back down to the office.
Yeah.
Matt, what was your Daredevil? What was your role?
It was so I ended up using my heightened senses to get double edge on that vigilance check. I ended up with a 4 Marvel 3, so that is 13 plus 3, 16.
Okay. Yeah, as the metal door is sliding closed, you're able to flick the spider, and it absolutely does go in. Seems to be, as far as Spider-Man can tell, seems to be active, has not been noticed. And so you get like a 3D image of the room where Norman is sitting at a desk and kind of just he has a laptop. He's tinkering with a few things. He has a few books in there, and is just kind of like sipping on his scotch and just mumbling to himself.
All
okay,
right.
and Cap.
I'm going to be between Norman and the door. I'm going to be in Norman's office, and I'm going to be instructing Norman to be ready to be able to duck into his panic room.
So he has gone into his panic room.
Oh, he's in a room? I'm going to be in the doorway, the panic room.
Okay. So yeah, just so he's locked himself in there. We have the little spider drone is inside the room. So you may absolutely be on the other side of the panic room. Cool. All right. Great. So let's go ahead and roll for initiative as the stage, the game board seems to be set.
All right.
Oof.
So I like to say Spider-Bite muted her mic on her end so that Norman doesn't hear her conversations through the spider.
You got it. Alrighty, so Jen, what did you get for Jessica?
16.
All right. Nick, what'd you get for Daredevil?
15.
All right. Taylor, what about Spider-Bite?
16.
Okay. Would you like to go before Jessica, or do you all have a preference?
I don't have a preference. For what it's worth, my initiative is +2.
I was like, I don't have a preference, but like I already went first on the first initiative, so I'll let Jessica go with that before me.
Cool. Okay. Erin, what about Nightcrawler? I'm sorry, what was it?
10.
10.
Not good.
That's fine. Never know what everybody else rolls. And Cap.
19.
19. Very nice.
Is there anything you want me to roll to kind of get the drop on these guys as they're coming through?
So that'll depend on how they come through. So basically, you will have a surprise round on them if you wait for them to kind of come through those double doors. They obviously will have to get to that point first. So it might involve holding some of your turn, or if you want to take the action to do something else, you might lose the element of surprise. I'll leave that up to you. Okay, so let's do rules for these fellows here. Okay, so Vulture is going to have a 13. Stereo is going to have a 15. And Otto is going to have a 12. Okay. So, like I said, Erin, villains don't always roll high. It's all good. Let's see. Okay. All right. So since you all are kind of holding a turn until something happens, right? Is that let me know if that's not correct for your character, but it sounds like that's what we're all kind of waiting for the first boom.
Depending on how they approach, I might try to attack them outside of the building because I'm on the roof.
So yeah, so Nightcrawler, especially because you are outside and you do have the best kind of idea of how they're coming in. I will say you see that purplish green cloud finally reach the building, and it almost like stops. It doesn't wrap around this building anymore. And as you're kind of like scanning it, you can definitely see there's movement in this cloud, and that is, I think, when all of you hear the first crunch, and it's the sound of metal on metal, sound of metal like wrapping itself into another sheet of metal. And Kurt, you would see the claws of Dr. Octopus as he is scaling the building, and his metallic claws are digging into the steel sheets, which are now protecting the windows. And you can hear glass crack, like crunching and smashing from the other side, where even the metal claws are compressing into the tempered glass. And it is at that point you also see the wings of the vulture swoop out of the cloud cover and up into the sky. I will give you a surprise round on Vulture, as he has not necessarily seen you, but I will also note you do not see Mysterio in this first glance. So if you would like to do something on your first turn against Vulture, you absolutely may. He has not clocked you, but has kind of swooped up into the sky and seems to be coming down for a dive when he first kind of notices there's something amiss. So I will give that to you at this point.
All right. In that case, I'm going to try to do my grappling technique on Vulture. Okay. So I just make a close attack, and sorry, remind me, what is his rank? I do have to ask this every time because
totally
I have an ability.
Yeah, he's rank 2.
Okay, cool. I don't get anything then. But I will try to attack him. Okay, that is a +4. That is a 19.
19 absolutely hits.
All right. Then in that case, I
is a -1 damage reduction.
Okay, I got a 5 on the Marvel die.
Fantastic. Okay.
And my my melee is Marvel times 4 plus 4. So that would reduce that 4 to 3, right?
Right.
So 12 plus 4 is 16.
Yep.
16. Nice.
And he is grabbed. And so I think Kurt just like teleports, just like jumps onto him and says, "Ah, so we meet again, Vulture."
And you see the very aged face of Adrian Toombs, his beak-like nose. He turns around and goes, "Huh? Who are you?"
I was Spider-Man that one time.
But you're blue.
Yeah, I mean, I had a mask on, so you probably didn't see, but we totally fought, and...
kids these days and their blue hair and their... too much! It's too much. The wings are kind of flapping. He's like, can you... also, get off!
And I think that is... Ooh, I think that is my turn.
Okay. Fantastic. Okay. So, good first move on Vulture. Let's go to our order then as we kind of determine what happens next turn. So, we have Cap. You can definitely hear the crunching of metal, but from where you are definitely like for the safety room is the panic room's almost center of the building. It's also like from where you can see it's kind of attached to like an elevator system where he would be able to maneuver the panic room up or down depending on where he needs it to be.
Perfect.
But yeah, you don't have any combatants currently in front of you, but you can hear Otto trying to break through into the conference room. So I will also say, Jessica, since you are on that side of the conference room, you can get on the other side of it, or you can even like get on the other side of the window and see if you can maybe get Otto as he first comes in.
That sounds absolutely excellent.
Okay, so he's not breaking through just yet. He's going to do that potentially on his turn, but we can hold your turn for when that happens. Okay. Nobody has seen Mysterio yet. However, Spider Bite, where did you place that?
Um, I believe like I have her on the staircase, like coming out the staircase camera to the roof.
To the roof. Okay. I'm gonna say because you are at least in the staircase, you can hear gunfire echoing upwards. So there's somebody who's firing a lot further down, but you can't necessarily see anyone just yet. Um, and Daredevil. Remind me, you were just kind of like trying to keep an eye on things.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm kind of keeping to the shadows,
sure.
so that I can, yeah, kind of until I kind of suss out where everyone is. And that said, since I would know kind of where I can, I know where Vulture is, I know where Doc Ock is. Can I sense a heartbeat for Mysterio to pinpoint his location?
Again, if you're on the top floor, that's going to be pretty difficult. But
Tough.
we can do another roll where it has some trouble to it. I'm going to say you're more than 10 stories up. This can have two trouble, but you can see if you can detect Mysterio's heartbeat.
All right, fine, all right. Okay, so that's. Would this be a remind me again? Is this a vigilance or a focus? Not sorry, not focus. Yeah, it would be vigilance, right?
I would call it vigilance. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay. And double trouble, huh?
Yeah, two troubles on that.
Okay. Well. Oh, okay. Um, 15.
Okay. You're picking up as you're listening down, or maybe you're even near like an air vent, and you're picking up. You can definitely pick up on all that gunfire. Like you
Mm-hmm.
can hear that echoing upwards as you're almost like trying to get this biometric 3D scan of the building. You can pick up that there are a lot of heartbeats on the first floor. A lot of them are accelerated. A lot of them are very, very heightened. Absolute panic, fear running through these like over a dozen individuals. Um, and then one very, very calm heartbeat, which kind of is like thrumming over top of all of them. I will also note that some of the heartbeats, like the panicked heartbeats, are very panicked, and then there's a moment where it's just like they almost like you can tell when somebody goes unconscious, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
their biometrics kind of change on that. A number of those, like it's over a dozen when you start listening. It's very quickly dwindling to like fewer than 10, fewer than 6, and it's like even within your turn with their people being taken out.
Gotcha. I'm going to kind of still continue to stay where I'm at, and I'm even might even try to. Well, I'm going to try to stick to the shadows, but I may try to get behind where the trouble is. If I can do that somehow unseen, that would be ideal.
Okay. So when you say get behind the trouble, are you talking about what's on the first floor, or are you talking about Doc Ock on the
I'm
floor where you are?
correct. I'm going to go with Doc Ock.
Okay. Yeah. So Jessica, you can tell has posted up by the window where it seems like Ock is like pulling on the metal sheeting to try to rip the blast door cover off, and has kind of posted up to catch them. You also note that, I guess you would note, Jessica, you would note that this is the point where the lights go off and they go red. So this is like emergency power mode, as this is like prime Daredevil kind of cover where everything is black and red anyway.
I need a hallway scene. Let's go. No. All right.
All right. And so yes, you may both post up. I will give you a surprise round on Otto when he breaks through on his turn.
Groovy.
Before we get to that, it is Vulture's turn. So Vulture, having Nightcrawler on his back, kind of weighing him down a little bit, he is going to fire some of the boosters in his wings and try to shake you off. He is going to also engage some of the defense mechanisms on his wings. So this is going to be a chain attack. So let's do a roll for a good old Adrian Toombs here. This is, let's see, or it's a chain strike rather. So this is a close attack, and we're gonna re-roll. So 8, 12, sure, plus 8, 12, 15. Sorry, again, math. 15 hit Nightcrawler.
Beats it by 1. Assuming this is melee.
It is melee. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, beats it by 1.
Okay. In that case, that was going to be. Let's see. That's 9. That's only 11 points of damage towards Kurt. So some of the wings kind of like sharpen a little bit and extend upwards. You know, there's like this heat coming off of the jetpack on the back that scorches just a little bit, but nothing too intense. He's trying to shake you off. I'm gonna say you're with that you're still able to hold on with the your Nightcrawler fingers. Okay. Next up is Dakak, who is going to finally rip off the metal door, and kind of just like you watch as one of the tentacle arms sends it flying, and the bull-cutted, bespectacled face of Otto Octavius enters the room with his metallic claws following behind him. Come out, Norman. I know you're here. Have you gone green for me, old friend? I want to kill you when you're at your best. And he's kind of like scanning the room again, trying to see through. Like he's wearing sunglasses, and it's a darkened room with infrared light. Jessica and Matt, you may absolutely take a turn on Otto here.
You can go ahead and go first. I'm looking up a condition. Please hold.
Yeah. All right. Cool beans. I'm going to then. I'm going to attempt a leg sweep on Otto.
Okay.
The question is which leg, right? Actually,
He's
I should
got-
probably
yeah.
ask. I should ask first.
Sure.
Is he currently being suspended by his metallic legs, or is he walking on his regular people legs?
He is suspended. So
Okay.
he has 2 metallic legs in the door and
Mhm.
2 others that are kind of supporting him outside the window. There's like a lot
Okay.
of wind that's now coming in at the height you are, but his human feet are above the ground.
Oh, he's just a little guy dangling his toes. It's okay.
Little guy. And
He's just a
you're
little
used
guy.
to people like Stiltman. I mean, that's just yeah.
All
My
right.
favorite
So
Daredevil supervillains.
yeah, Stilt man, just push him over. Okay, so all right, I may have to flavor this a little bit. So you make the judgment call.
Sure.
My regular leg sweep as written probably is not going to do much. My intent is to somehow knock him prone if possible. If I were to use my billy club and the like the wire extension, the swing line,
Mhm.
if I were to use that to wrap around 2 of his legs and kind of jam them together, like
Yeah,
to catch
at
them
him.
off, you got it.
Yeah.
All right.
I think that would send him forward for sure.
Yeah, especially on a surprise thing where his other legs aren't really, okay. And then just ground and pound. All right, here we go. Well, that's not horrible.
Is this I should ask, is this an agility attack?
Is okay, groovy. Yeah.
Well, I'm asking.
Oh, you're asking.
Doing this as-
Leg sweep is a martial arts. It is a crap. It is not concentration. It is not reaction. It is what's S? No. Here's the thing. I don't know if it is agility or not. I can look it up.
That's okay. I got it
Stand.
right here.
Oh.
Action standard. Character makes a close attack. So yeah, That should be a melee attack then.
Melee. Okay,
I believe so.
that's cool. Um, then it's not going to be too bad. All right, 11, 12. 12 plus 4 is 16. 16.
A 16 does hit. Yes.
Groovy. Awesome.
And then he has no damage reduction actually. Surprising.
Awesome. So does that, now, dumb question, does that do damage as well as knocking him prone? Because I don't think it says that it actually is like
On a success, it is damage plus prone.
look at
Yes.
that. It's a team effort, people.
Mhm.
All right. So that was a 5.
Okay.
So it's 15 plus 4 is 19. It was 19.
19. All right.
Yeah.
So Jessica, you will have edge on your attack as you watch Otto says his pithy little line, and then you watch as the daredevil like sticks bolo, like, whatever they're called, wrap around two of the octopus legs and pull them towards him, which sends Otto just like nose broken on the floor, flat on his face on this very nice carpeting. And so yeah, before he can react, you have an opportunity here.
Can I try and break one of his legs? Not like actual legs, like the like
The robot legs, yeah.
Yeah, robot legs.
Could I
Yeah,
try
you
and
can try.
break his kneecaps?
Yeah,
You remember
that'll do.
this. You don't come after Jessica Jones.
No, I just want to break one of his like robot legs, not one of his actual legs. He doesn't need those anyway.
I'm not going to judge one way or another. So yeah,
Yeah.
live your best life.
Do you want like is that just a melee roll?
Yeah, unless you have anything that's like leg breaker.
No,
yeah, you
no.
can do a melee roll for this for sure.
Awesome. Yeah, I think
This
that's
might
what's
be like
gonna be
crushing
relevant.
grip or clobber if you have either of those.
I do actually have both. I think in order for crushing grip, I need to have him grabbed, and that imposes all sorts of weird shit. So I'm just gonna go for a clobber and see what happens.
Okay.
So let's see how this goes. It's not super great. 9, 12. Please hold. Where's my character sheet? Every fucking time. Does a 15 hit?
15 does.
Oh, thank fuck. All right. So he'll just take normal damage. He has no reduction, you said?
No reduction. Yeah.
All right, so that will be a 23 damage
Okay.
to specifically one of his legs.
Damn. All right. Then going down.
He's like, doctor's in. Snap.
I will say that the leg does not break entirely, although you have done some significant damage to it, where there's like wires exposed, and yeah, he even like yells out when that happens, almost like he might be in pain.
You know, I'd also like to yell out, just be like, Spidey, now's a great time to hop in there.
I'm sorry, Jen, what was the damage you did?
23.
23, thank you. And yeah, Spider Bite, since you were kind of like, you're in the hallway, you at least have gotten a message from Jessica that Doc Ock is now in the office area.
I've got a circuitry exposed.
Yeah. So
real quick, because we're going to come back around to you. Nightcrawler, it is your turn.
Okay. So because I have Vulture grabbed, I can teleport him down into the office.
That's true.
So I'm gonna do that as my movement.
Okay.
And can I try to aim him like near the window where Doc Ock would be?
You can try. You would have maybe like seen this from bird's eye. You would have seen where Ock went in. Yeah, you can kind of aim them at each other.
All right. So Nightcrawler is just gonna fly in, teleporting this bundle of mechanical wings into the bundle of mechanical legs and say, I took out the air support. And then I think he's gonna let go, and then if I can, I'm gonna try a flying double kick at both of them.
Okay.
Do it. Do it.
Do it.
Is the double kick an agility attack or a melee attack?
It is a melee attack.
Okay.
However, I got a good roll. That is another 19.
Yeah, 19's gonna hit both of them for sure.
All right. So that'll do the regular damage.
Yeah, it's 1 damage reduction for Vulture.
Okay. Not for Doc Ock?
Correct. Doc Ock has none. So
Okay.
if you want to tell me the Marvel die and
The Marvel die was a 5.
okay, so it'll be 5 times whatever plus whatever, and then 4 times, or I guess no, I'm sorry, it'll be 5 times. Yeah, do your thing. You're fine. I'm making this harder than it has to be.
It'll be hold on. It'll be 5 times 4
Mhm.
for so
20.
24 for Doc Ock.
Okay.
And then 5 times 3, 19 for Vulture.
Okay. And 19. Okay. I will say that they are both looking pretty rough right now. Almost equivalently rough, oddly enough. But yeah, you've done this double kick. You've almost like sent Vulture like flying into Octavius, and yeah, Octavius already having been on his face in the first place. He's like just getting up as Bamf, one of his allies, is now like zooming 60 miles an hour towards his face again, and yeah, you have sent these spider villains colliding into one another. We are back to top of the order with Cap. So Cap, a lot of commotion now coming from the office building that you left. Everything seems hunky dory at the safe room, the panic room that Norman is in. What would you like to do?
I honestly don't know. Because it feels like they've got everything in hand. We don't know where Mysterio is, and I actually don't trust Norman Osborn not to do something. So, problem is I can't get into the safe room. So, I honestly don't know. How long would it take me to get to the border?
You could probably do that within. What's your run speed?
Just a 5.
5, I think you're not too far from it. I think 5 you'd be able to reach it within that movement. Like his panic room is accessible from his office for a reason.
Okay. Well, then I guess I will put in my 2 cents, as it were. Move my 5 spaces, get closer to the boardroom, hurl the shield in, and ricochet it.
Okay, go for it.
That's an agility attack.
He's gonna do the thing. He's gonna do the thing.
Do the thing.
I did not, in fact, get a Marvel success. I did get a 20.
Okay, 20 is enough to hit both of them for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They take half or full. Shield. Oh, I only get an attack on one of them. If I get a fantastic, then it bounces to the next guy.
Gotcha. Okay.
Oh, full damage. Okay. Um, 29 points. We'll say it's to, yeah, Doc Ock. Dock him out of the window.
Okay. Cap, how do you take out Doc Ock?
Okay. Um,
Shield takes his head
I'm-
clean off. No.
going to. Uh, I'm going to hurl the shield, flip it, so that it's basically sort of skims off the floor as a almost like you're skipping a stone. It comes up, cracks him in the chest, takes out, but then ricochets back. And at this point, it's upright, and it comes down, slams into the floor, and pins one of his legs.
Okay.
So that when he falls out the window, he doesn't
Yeah,
go and die.
for sure. Okay.
And I don't lose all my karma.
Amazing. Great use of the shield there, and great use of taking out Ock on that one. Jessica, it is your turn.
Awesome. Okay. Ock's taken out. Who else we got in the room?
Just Vulture.
Fantastic. I'm gonna go ahead and just smack Vulture real fucking hard. Let me do a butts and let's see what happens. I'm just gonna go ahead and use a clobber again. Because why not? 18 to hit.
18 definitely hits.
Okay, and this guy has 1 reduction, you said?
1 reduction, correct.
Okay, so that's 5 times 4, which is 20 plus 3, 23.
Exactly how much you needed.
Oh.
How do you take out Vulture?
I think I will just opt for basically just the fairly standard Jessica Jones of like grabbing Vulture by like the scruff of the neck and just like slamming his head into a wall.
Incredible. Okay. Adrian Toombs, he has like this like bubble over his head, some sort of protection, and
Yeah, we're gonna break
glass. Yeah, glass smashes as the beaky nose collapses in, breaks. Yeah, you've grounded the Vulture. Excellently done.
Good night.
Yeah,
And that's it.
Yeah. Okay. Far as you know, you have 1 villain left. It is Spider-Bite's turn. So, Taylor, you do have access to, like we've kind of established, all the technology in here. What would you like to do?
I was like, I think Spider-Bite would go back in the camera system as quick travel for her and try to track down the last one. She probably just like heard that the other 2 probably went down by now.
Taylor, I guess Spider-Bite, give me a vigilance roll as you're kind of scanning through all the cameras, literally traveling through them.
13.
As you're scanning through the cameras, like scanning through different floors, like you kind of stop from time to time as like you notice movement. Like you go down to the first floor where you're pretty sure that's where Mysterio came in, and all over the floor are just like weapons that have been dropped and security guards that have been absolutely bodied, just like completely knocked out, scattered everywhere. It's complete chaos. Nobody seems to be dead. There's no blood or anything. But like there's just shell casings all over the ground where it seems like every bullet that could have been fired was fired, but no sign of Mysterio. You go up to the second floor, and that's Rhino. Just bashing through walls, just one after another. You go up to the third floor, there's Carnage, who seemingly has a number of employees and is looking at the camera kind of like tauntingly at you with that big kind of like jack-o'-lantern-esque smile. And speaking of jack-o'-lantern, there's floor 4. Floor 5 has the Vulture on it. Floor 6 has Otto. Floor 7 has Venom. Floor 7 also has Venom, but with a different host. That was Matt Gargan. on the previous floor, it's Eddie Brock on the floor above. Like every floor seems to have a villain on it now that is looking at the camera, and in within the camera system itself, you begin to hear this low laugh that's just, "Hello, Spider. I can play with machines too.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Uh
Do you really trust what you see? I guess we're going to find out.
oh.
This fight is far from over." And I think that's where we're going to end for today.
Uh-oh.
Uh.
Spicy.
Welcome to the team, Spider.
Yeah.
So when we come back next time, are you trapped in a building with Mysterio, or is Mysterio trapped in a building with you? We will find out. As he noted, this fight is far from over. Join us next time for more Marvel Multiverse: The Day of Doom. Thank you to my wonderful players. Thank you to you for joining us, especially if you have been wonderful and able enough, I should note, to donate to PCRF. It's very much appreciated. I understand that times can be tough for a lot of people. It's always appreciated if you just retweet, get the word out. That costs nothing. That's always really appreciated because it is a great cause, and you also get to impact your game, and that's kind of fun too. So even viewership, that is just always really appreciated as well. We're not in this for our own money, but if we can support a great cause, that's the ultimate goal. So I'm gonna go ahead and have these other people say a little bit about themselves and where you can find more of them. I highly recommend you do check out their socials, check out the other projects that they are in, support them in any way you can. These are excellent players, excellent people, excellent creators, and I cannot recommend their stuff enough. So let's go ahead and go around. Jen, if you don't mind starting us out, where can we find more of your lovely self?
Absolutely. Hello, I am Jen, aka Jen Burb, in most places on the internet. I can be found a little bit here. I spend most of my time over on Girls Run These Worlds, helping run things and assisting on the Lore Mistresses channel. Most of what I do in TTRPGs is actual play, various things, performing production, project management is what I'm recently realizing is what a lot of the admin stuff that I do is really categorized as. Other than that, that's pretty much me. I am not all that thrilling. So back to you.
Thank you so much, Jen. Next up, Nick.
Well, hello again, everybody. I am Nick LaRue. You can find me on all of the things at Film Snobbery. I am a recovering film critic, working for independent filmmakers for many, many years. I'm also an author. Please buy my book, Behind the Scenes of Indie Film Marketing, now available on Amazon and almost every other place you purchase books. If you like marketing, awesome. If you just want to see Kevin Smith say fuck, I've got interviews with him too. So there's plenty of reasons to do it. I'm currently working on the TTRPG side. I am currently working on my next book called Cinematic World Building. I'm interviewing folks like you if you are a person who is a game creator, a DM, GM, I'm loving everyone I've spoken to so far, and I can't wait to speak to so many more of you. Thank you to Derek, and take it away. Who's next? Spider-Bite, maybe?
You absolutely correct. Yeah, Taylor.
Yeah. Hey, I am Taylor, aka Spunky Taylor, on all social media. Up on Twitch, I'm Spunky Taylor Games on there. I play Spider-Bite today. She her pronouns. If you want to see more of me on Tuesday on So You Want to Be a DM will be our finale of Mythos University. So if you like Greek gods, you like the movie Heathers, you like just all that shenanigans and comedies and stuff, you can come see us out. Play a siren. I'm blue over there. So if that entices you. Also, I've been nominated for a streamer award for Rising Star for It Takes a Village, and they're doing the first round of voting on August 18th. I will have more information on how you guys can vote for me on August 18th. So yeah, take it away. I believe Erin.
Massive congratulations to you. That's amazing. Yeah, please go vote for Taylor.
Thank you.
Blue in other places, purple here. Appreciate
purple
it.
here.
Next up, Erin.
Hi, I'm Erin. She, her pronouns. You can find me anywhere at Veil's Edge Games, I'm a game designer, puzzle designer, comic writer, a lot of different things. Um, I have a bunch of games over on itch, and I recently wrote a guest playbook for the game Molotov College, another superhero-inspired game. So it is inspired by characters like Wiccan from Young Avengers or Megan from Excalibur. So go check that out.
That sounds amazing. I love the mishmash of stuff where we've gotten Greek mythology plus Heather's, and then and then Erin, your projects. I love anything that melds together two wonderful things like peanut butter and chocolate. So yes, please go check out all of those amazing things that Erin creates. Highly recommend them. Next up, last but absolutely not least, Cap.
Hi, Cap here. No. Well, everybody calls me Cap because you can catch my pre and post COVID cosplay adventures at Canadian Captain America or CDN Cap America, depending on whether you're using a blue or a sky or a burb of some kind, or Twitter, etc., etc., etc. It's all out there in some kind of derivation. That's my cosplay side. In terms of TTRPGs, I have a project on the go right now that is also Marvel Multiverse. It's a dual game playing twice a week in the same universe with two separate groups. Saturdays at 10 a.m. PST and Mondays at 6 p.m. PST, called Would Be Heroes. And that has taken up an inordinate amount of time. As Derek can attest, the rules are somewhat complicated some of the time, and just enough that you have to ad lib a lot of the time for everything else. And from that, I have derived, for some reason, a double game, and it's taken up a lot of time. But after that, probably going to be starting a Hunter game from the World of Darkness and a Dungeons and Dragons game, going back to my roots, and possibly another Marvel game, depending on how many people I can get interested, basically. Beyond that, I would just like to say to everyone out there, thanks for watching. And to support everybody here, give them some likes and subscribes. Rising tides lift all boats, that sort of thing. And back to Derek.
I do love that saying, rising tides lift all boats. It is a fantastic way to describe, yes, the creator community that we live in, that we exist in and operate in, and we should all be very supportive of one another. We're all doing the same thing. We're all having fun playing games, being weirdos, playing fucking make-believe. It's a great time. Hi, everybody. I am Derek Sword. I use he, him pronouns. Sword is my real last name. Yes, it's awesome. I'm sorry, you can't have it. I am the Sword Have Sword and Key. I've been your GM for this and many things here on Sword and Key because it's my baby, and I like to tell games here. I like to tell stories and play games here. That's what I do. Looking at what we do here on Sword and Key and in the near future, we have a lot of really cool projects coming up relatively soon. Some have calendar dates, some don't. So today is the 11th. It is the release date of Monster Crush, technically, although I probably won't get it out until tomorrow because it was a busy week and I still need to edit it. However, Monster Crush is a podcast I do with my friend LD. We talk about cryptids, creatures, miscellaneous monsters from mythology, how smoochable they are. If you really wanted like a deep dive about Mothman ass, or like want to know what dragon might be like the best at cuddling, this is the podcast for you. We go a lot into like the lore of a monster. We talk about cryptids. We talk about monsters from legend. But then we also explore like the romanceability and you know, always respect consent and also how likely they are to kill you. So the important qualities all around. You can check that out wherever podcasts are found. And like I said, probably a new episode out tomorrow. That'll be about the Alabama Metal Man, which is a fun little cryptid saying. Next up on the calendar this week is quieter. We don't have Gate Night this week. That'll be back next week, the 20th at 6:30 p.m. Gate Night is where I sit with LD and Shadow when we play Baldur's Gate 3, first video game to stream on this channel. We're still in Act 1. It's fine. We'll get there. But we're having a great time. On the 17th, we are looking to bring back Horizon's Call, our 5e nautical campaign. It's been over a month since we took a break for one of our players to get married in real life. But we are returning for a week, then taking a week off, then we'll be back the week after that. We're about to start a war in a dwarven kingdom that's underneath the water, underneath the ground, underneath everything. There's a lot of lava involved. It's great. Um, we will be back with Marvel Multiverse Day of Doom on the 18th, 3 p.m. Pacific time, as well as our finale on the 25th. And then, like I said, Gate Night will be back at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time on the 20th on Tuesdays, and that should play every Tuesday unless otherwise noted. Horizons Calls 3 p.m. Pacific time on Saturdays unless otherwise noted. We will be taking the 24th off. We also are going to have our next Sword and Key movie night over on our Discord. You can join our Discord through our beacons. I'll talk about that in a second. But we are doing our monthly Ghibli watch, I should say. We're watching Porco Rosso. It's going to be Friday the 23rd at 6 p.m. Pacific time, only on our Discord. And then we have the premiere of Zenith, a new 5e campaign from one of my favorite GMs, Alex. That is going to be starting on the 29th. That is a Thursday at 4:30 p.m. Pacific time. And that'll run for 12 weeks. We have another Cypher game, which is going to be starting soon, I believe, towards the end of this month. We're getting a date hammered down for that. But that'll be run by Mare. That is Journey to Book's End, which is going to be about like fantasy fable characters, like fairy tale characters trying to find their way back home to the story from which they began. It sounds very interesting. It has a great cast. So I'm super excited about all of that. In general, if you want to find Sword and Key stuff, you can go to beacons.ai/Sword and Key. You can find all of our socials there. Instagram, Blue Sky, Twitter, everything is sword_and_key. You can find all of our affiliate links, including Eldritch Foundry if you're looking for custom minis. If you are looking for a new makeup palette, you can use code EVA at Wishbone Cosmetics, UK-based, queer-owned vegan cosmetics company. Makes palettes based on like dark fantasy and like vampire romance and stuff like that. And then we also have an affiliate with Greenleaf Geek Dice if you're looking to get a custom dice set in your life. I believe they still have a giveaway, or not giveaway, but a like random bag that you can buy for cheap and maybe get a super expensive set of dice, try your luck. You can also find our ongoing philanthropic endeavors, including for this game, Palestine Children's Relief Fund, which is a campaign that we continue throughout the year. We also continue with Canine Companions for Independence, which is a program that is near and dear to my heart. We always are donating to that as well. All the other stuff is all collected in that one neat little place of beacons.ai/Sword and Key. Like I said, you can join our Discord there as well and hang out with cool people such as these and talk about cool things. September is going to have even more stuff, including my birthday, so we'll have a special game for that. We will have applications out in September as well, because October is a really big charity month for us. And September will also be the return of Humblewood Season 2. So I am nothing if not busy at all times and continue to make myself busier, but it's only to continue to have great times with folks like these, tell incredible stories, and share them with all of you. So all that said, let's see here. I suppose we could read. I'm going to shout out Kayla here because Kayla did our production this week. Eva's computer was acting up, so massive thank you to Kayla for doing our production work. So Kayla, if you want to raid Lost Caravan RPG, D&D Jordan Lee, or Athena Bean, I see all of them are streaming. All great folks. I leave it to your wonderful productionness. But until next time, folks, we will see you next week. Make mine Marvel. Enough said. Excelsior. Avengers Assemble. Take care of yourselves.